Oh.
Okay, I can see your handsome face.
That's my face.
Oh,
It just says offline on my.
That's also my
it's not.
face.
Yeah, and we're coming through as well. We're all good.
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 Oh, cool.
Wow.
Oh. There we go.
Oh,
That's where we're at least.
there we
Yeah. Cool. Give me 2 seconds. I will remember how I go live for things. So I shouldn't be too rusty at this because one of my Wednesday games did run. So that was like my first game back. But remembering things is also tricky.
Good thing they're the guinea pig and not us, eh?
Mm.
I am joking. People.
I'm not.
We make bad guinea
Who
pigs.
needs inspiration?
I just feel like
everyone.
Alright, I'm just
I
gonna
have
click
it.
hey.
How much does that buy? How much inspiration?
I've-
Like, can I just get everybody? Please.
Sure, why not? Why
Hey.
not?
Take my bits. Take my bits. Inspiration.
These are definitely unique offers. Yeah.
Eventually I'll just start offering you death throws. And it's just like, no, Natalie.
No. None, please.
Stop.
Well, here we are. So, good hello, everybody. Welcome to the Keepers of the Golden Gate session 115. Yeah.
That number big.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Bit big. I think it's still the largest session number out of all my games. I think.
Winning.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that.
Yeah, 110. I think is my Monday game. So yeah, we're still in the lead, as it were. You said like a 6 months delay starting as well. So well done everybody. Woohoo! 16 months, buddy. 16 months.
Is a time.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Whew. Right, so besides that, what else do I normally say? It's the 14th of January 2022. Happy Triumph Day to Callum. That's a personal celebration of his and mine. What else? You're all welcome to celebrate it too. 14th of January, Triumph Day.
Of course.
Yep. Right, what else? What else we got on the agenda? It's a new year, that's a thing. This game has managed to survive the grand culling. When scholars look back on this time, I'm sure they'll know exactly what we mean by that. Yeah, I guess here are the players? Yeah.
Hello, this is Adrian, and I play Arya Bluebird, the half-elf druid lady.
Hey, I'm Scott. I play Crumbar, a half-orc paladin.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I play Isla, a tiefling sorcerer.
Hello, I'm Natalie, and I play Maratus, the Dark Elf Wizard.
Hey, I'm Callie, and I play Serene, the Furbolg Ranger.
Look at us. Look at that. Very professional that was.
It's like no time.
Yeah.
Time. Just...
That's so good. Now the best question. What is remember from last time? From November. Yes.
I remember when we went into a tower and found a small boy.
Do you remember what session that was?
That one.
Like
One. Or two, something like that. It was very early on.
Yep, it was session 1. Yep.
Oh wow.
It's this session right now.
Oh dear. Yes.
We did some scrying.
Mhm.
Defeated Magna's body's whereabouts, kind of. There was a lot of ash.
The
Feet
ashen
worth of ash.
waste.
Yeah.
Wait, how many sessions?
Which is
How many what?
few.
Yeah, that was a couple of before.
A couple.
Okay, I definitely don't remember that.
Yeah, that was of the week of the 19th of the 11th.
That's
So-
it. So we were trying to figure out
Yeah.
how we are getting to the Ashen Wasteland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We tried to, and Serene scryed.
I
Yes.
tried to
No?
scry on Justoria,
Yes.
and I broke the orb.
Hmm. I
I
was fine. That's what I remember. I wasn't
Yeah.
paying any attention.
I saw a half frozen, half on fire forest, which looked surprisingly like my home.
Yes. Oddly familiar.
Oddly familiar. There was
Yo, everything's on fire.
trying to understand my notes. There was a dark, spooky area. Apparently, the outskirts. There we go. Where the first hellhole was. Got it. Understand.
Yeah, these are good notes, by the way. Like,
And,
yeah.
and then I had a raspy find me or something. Which was Justoria, maybe.
It could be.
I got a fancy mole that looks like a ram.
Yeah.
Weird blood stuff. It says.
The mole does the weird blood stuff.
Yeah.
Mole does the weird blood stuff. That was it. When I
But
choose
you're
it.
like more consensual blood stuff.
Yeah, more consensual
Yeah.
blood stuff. Something. I attune. Feel scars bleeding. Something. Cold blood freezes and something. That's got it. That's it. That's
Yeah.
my note.
Yeah, that's pretty solid. Yeah.
We met a dickhead elf
Yes.
in the library called
Padan.
Padan.
Yes.
I can't remember
Oh, he
why
was
he
a
was a
dick.
dick. I just think I asked a
But he was a
question.
dick.
He
You
was
did,
a
all you
dick
did.
about it.
All you did was ask, like,
Yeah.
where is this thing? And he just was like,
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes
I
people are
think-
just
was
assholes,
I-
right?
I was trying to find. Was it Eremos? No, we found Eremos.
you were looking for Crumbar at that point.
The Crumbar and yeah,
Here.
found Eremos, lost Crumbar, dickhead in the library, and then we talked to a very nice lady in the kitchen,
Very nice orc lady.
and then we just went back to the room.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
There was also Serene asking before she got her like ram's head kind of frozen mole. She was asking, obviously, wonderful Racira. Gotta try and remember all my characters' names now. Racira Bradicus, Archmage extraordinaire, and possibly like current leader of the civilized world.
World.
Yeah, sure.
Look, he's the best boy. He's the
Yeah.
best boy. Doing his best.
I think that's pronounced stressed boy. Yes, he's the stressed boy.
Best.
So yeah, he was asked if there was anything he could do. He revealed a door that Serene had never seen before. They wandered in, and she was given simple instructions. Don't talk
Yeah.
to any of the objects.
Wait,
One
Brian,
phase
where was
later.
In Horizon.
In the palace and
Horizon.
Horizon, yeah.
and you couldn't talk to any object.
She was
So I'm
told not
guessing
to by going into
Yeah,
the
I'm
special
Not
room.
at all. I'm gonna say not to do something. I'm gonna do it. Why would
Yeah,
if he'd not said anything, if he just
Right.
just walked into the room, I probably wouldn't have talked to them. He told me to not
Yeah.
to talk to them. So
You started a
Very
conversation.
Chekhov's
with-
gun of him.
Yeah, you started a conversation with like an ornate-looking vase. It started getting weird. I think's the best term to describe that. And then he destroyed it very swiftly, and kind of chastised, kind of like looked after you in a way, in his own way, you know, which is mostly stress-induced. So yeah, and then you managed to retrieve said like artifact for your ram's head maul. Yeah, that was the little preamble to that. Yes. For those of you that are following on, whoever you are, crazy people, we're walking back a lot of the Murata stuff that happened in the last session. So delete all that from your brains. And with that, you're probably up to date unless I've forgot anything else. It wasn't deliberate to forget, that is.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah.
That's what we're going with.
Yeah, I think that's good enough, right? Oh god, Andrew, we got lots of background noise from you, my dear. You might need to sit on mute for us until you're speaking.
Okay.
Just
Sure.
just to save them all
They're
time.
like super far away and the door is closed, but I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Scott, any questions related to what you've missed?
What has been my narratively excused reason?
Yes. What has your narrative excuse reason be as you've wandered the palace? What has Crumbar been up to?
Looking for food. For
Yes. Which is probably why they found the half-orc lady in the kitchen, right? Who pointed out that you had been there, but then you'd left. So yeah.
I would definitely like to reminisce that conversation.
Oh, you missed some half-orc lady? Is that what it is? Don't want to miss out on your screen
You're
time.
gonna have to fight Isla for her, I think.
I will electrocute you.
I think it's the other way. If it's
I think that is incorrect.
No.
So, goals. Let's look at those things.
Those are a thing.
I'm not sorry for what I've done.
It's so good.
Hello.
So,
Oh my god, there's emoji thing.
So-
I got in here before all y'all got in here.
what are the goals?
Get in the idea. Look at GGW. Check her.
Nope, don't read them like that. Read
Yeah.
them to the audience.
Okay.
Luckily,
How
most of
many
that doesn't come
shit?
through.
Get a new Eye of Janus. Goal number 2. Look at GGW. Scary
so bad for
dragon
his,
looking
like-
thing.
Home residence.
Goal number 3. Sparkly. Check in with the astral hammer. Picture of a hammer. Fucking coffin. Retrieve Candier's body. And my own personal goal is search Santa Cora for leads on GGW using a magnifying glass. That has been the evening news.
The,
Good
emoji-
day.
the emojis may or may not make it difficult to get yourselves some XP, but they're at least cute. Right. Arya, what is your personal goal?
I just wanted to make sure that, getting the body doesn't become a, World War III sort of situation, or World War however many wars
Yeah.
this world's had, +1.
Completely acceptable. Yep. Prevent the body retrieval mission from causing a situation. Skull emoji. Yep. Yeah. We've still got. Let's see. Probably still I'm looking for that. Okay. Do that for now, since that will probably get removed eventually. Serene, your personal goal.
Mine is check in on Gestoria, which kind of started, but
You think
Well,
so?
I
At
need
least,
to
yeah.
find her.
Mhm.
I think maybe, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yes, that's it.
Yeah. Isla.
Get party to the Ashen Wastes safely.
Yes.
Capital letters, very important.
And Moratis.
Ascertain the current nature of Gestoria. Oh god, my fucking face hurts, Scott.
Yeah, I was gonna say I had to take my headphones out and I held them a full arm's length away from my body and I could still hear you.
I am glad I helped.
I don't know if helped is the word I would use, but participated at least, yes. Yeah. Contributed.
Points for effort.
I didn't know what else to put in. I was looking for like a hearse instead of a coffin for the retrieve Candier's body, but there isn't one, so I was limited on my choices.
So, I think I did say last time that the phrase ascertain the current nature of Gestoria is a very washy goal. And I think I stand by that at this side of the calendar as well. So,
Okay.
that we can work on that at some point. But yeah, I don't deal with goals at the start of the session. So, with that in mind, I believe you were all still held up in the palace in Horizon. We can say for simplicity's sake that you are all back in the room that you are all sharing. The kind of almost a kind of dorm style room that's been cleared out for use. And yeah, what's the word now that you have all reassembled? Don't all speak at once, folks.
We have to do this now.
Yeah,
Oh.
this is the part where you speak as your characters.
I guess we're going. We have to make a decision. I assume we're going to Serene's forest. How we get there?
I maybe yeah. I spent the entire day just there is. I think I've learned how to teleport. I have not tried or tested this, so please be aware that this spell is volatile at its best of times. So, but I can basically get us.
Do you mean by volatile?
I could
We
teleport us.
lose another
It's
2 weeks.
not time. More, I could teleport us to the forest, but also inside a tree, and that would be extremely
Oh.
painful. It's a very pernickety spell. It's hard to concentrate on because you're concentrating while you're being teleported. It's a complex spell. I've actually never seen something this complex. So unless you know that there's a teleportation circle within your forest, dear.
I don't think so. Not that I've seen.
Right. Doubt anyone here on Horizon would know that if you don't. Again, it might sting. All I'm warning you. And we might not end up where I want us to end up. We might end up miles in the wrong direction, north, south, east, west, and also sky or ground. Again, be aware this spell has limitations.
Oh. Well, it doesn't sound any riskier than anything else we've tried, honestly.
We did ride a dragon.
Into a collapsing wizard city.
Yes, that is a thing that we did.
Crumbar just
I'd like to think that
madness of what the hell it was that we actually did do.
I'd like to think that Arya kind of like looks between them, you know, as they start narrating various things that we've done, and kind of like knows like, oh yeah, I guess that was dangerous as well, you know. So kind of like initially was a bit afraid, you know, volatile. How are you gonna send bits of us all over the place? And then suddenly, compared to all the things we've done, this just doesn't even seem that scary anymore.
Yeah, fair. The perspective sinking in, going, I mean, given everything we've done.
I'm ready to do that when the rest of yous are. I think that we certainly.
Thank you.
To it.
Is there anything we can do to help Ratus? To make it less volatile?
No, that's the
Have they made sorry of just Crumbar tucking his shirt in at that point?
on the outside of his trousers. It is unfortunately a somewhat with abilities and talents. It's iffy, but that's why teleportation circles are stable. created an anchor for it to find. Casting teleport, you are just kind of throwing wind.
I like smile at that. Well, I guess. What are we waiting for?
No time like the present, I suppose.
Certainly isn't.
So at this
Anybody-
point, let me just step in at this point as the wonderful GM and say, any prep you just want to do before you leave on another like adventure at all from like Horizon, instead of just all putting your hands in?
Can we get healing potions? Are they a thing? Can I buy some of them? We don't have any money.
7 gold.
Yeah, we gave it all.
You've got 4 arrows.
Hey,
Yeah.
you might be able to trade those arrows.
No, I want them.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, no, we need them. I don't know what we need them, but we need them.
We need them. I'm never going to use them.
Just in the hoard pile, yep.
Oh.
Okay.
The Horizon is the place you can go shopping. We can ask
With the-
Sarah.
Okay, I still have.
I could go and fish that ring out of the fountain, and we could sell it.
What, the slavery ring?
God,
I think
it's
we
such
should
bad
leave that
luck.
there.
You threw it in the fountain. If you take it back, it's such bad luck.
No, it's fine.
Also, I feel like I should up to Eremos. Are you comfortable?
Oh, so you're still talking in character. We're clearly in a player agency mode at the moment. Let's just everybody stick in the same mode for now before we get confused. I don't want the RP to drift any further past the point where we're in an agency moment. Just so everybody feels like they can make sure we don't just teleport to a new place and go, fuck, we should have bought all those shovels. You know? Yeah.
Yeah, do we want to buy what puts
Oh, is
out
that
fires?
hint? We need a shovel.
Do we need?
Any healing potions?
Yeah,
Puts out.
I maybe have enough for a couple of healing. Like I still have some platinum. So I hadn't really spent much of the 10 I'd given myself.
We can contribute 7 gold to whatever we buy.
Amazing. I have 9 platinum.
I think that's like, it's not even like a
4 gold.
fifth of a healing potion,
Oh,
I think.
it's really.
It's horrible.
Oh.
I
Like
think it's probably the moment when I should say that
Yeah.
Arya has 49 platinum and 9 gold.
Okay.
nice.
God.
Aria should buy
Yes.
healing potions.
Maria's buying potions.
Remember, you
How
need
much are
spell
potions?
components as well. Remember anything that's spell component is
shit.
well and stuff.
Oh.
Yep. 'Cause if
Oh, don't. I need to
No,
know.
that's what I'm thinking.
Research.
Rumba has 4 platinum.
Oh,
and
hey, no, I'm a
65
sorcerer.
gold.
Very little of mine has.
Mm.
I'm fine.
Yeah, I don't need components.
And
Why don't
I
yous
have
all-
diamonds and I have diamond dust, so yeah, I can definitely
Why
like
don't you just
buy
put your
stuff for
resources you can put in the bill, type it onto Roll20. At least that way you can throw it into the kitty, as it were. And then
Ah.
we can see what we're working with as a team, shall we? For Operation Leave Horizon. Which is as far as I'm willing to set the goals of that operation at the moment.
Hey,
Yeah, no.
Rude.
Sorcerers, guys. Everything is verbal and somatic.
If only that were true, actually. If only. It would be such a good class feature. Just ignore material components. That'd be great.
Every project so far. No.
I do like mine. I have a focus, and then all the things that would have cost money are the things that I get for free to do once.
Nice. Nice.
That is handy, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's like they thought about Rangers, almost, this time. Right?
Yeah.
It's nice.
A couple of free
Verbal and
things
somatic.
make you feel a little bit better about yourself.
Yeah.
That is what they have.
I think Crumbar said he had a handful of honey as well.
Yeah, put it in the chat.
You put it in the wrong chat, Crumble.
Roll
Where are we
20
putting
did.
it? Sorry. Roll 20.
Yeah.
Oh, we put it in row 20.
Yeah.
How much money we have? Yes?
Yeah, pretty much
Yeah.
whatever's in the kitty.
Okay. Go.
Um,
As usual.
You putting yourself up for bartering, Crumbar? Yeah.
sure, why not? Why?
I mean, that's not an insignificant amount of resources you guys have there, right? That's pretty good.
Do, 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 do.
Does someone want to add mine? My roll 20's frozen. Sorry, Serene.
What is it again?
So I have 9 platinum and 4 gold.
An enchanted box.
And an enchanted box with nothing in it.
We're not
No,
doing
that's a
that.
lie. It does have things in it. It
Yes,
has
please don't
important
get rid of that.
things in
That
it.
has our quest
Yeah.
components in there, please.
I have 10 torches and a small knife and a quill and a letter from a dead colleague.
Oh, I recognise the trappings of a sage background.
Still in my possession, I have the Rod of Pa, your mad wee box that holds
I
shit.
think I took that back, but sure.
Yeah.
We take that back. 'cause
Yeah,
you
I think
went
I
to the-
have that. So
Well, I've got
I
it back
have the
now,
Rod
so
of
fuck
Pa.
you.
No, incorrect. I have the Rod of Pa. And my little box.
Well, I'll just
Aye.
unpick them from my
Oh,
inventory.
I can
Oh,
send
I've still
comments
got-
as a goat.
Blast
Oh.
from
You can
the
what, sorry?
waves.
Amazing.
Yep.
I can send comments as a goat.
Yep. This is why we're in 115 sessions, definitely. Um,
I've got that blast from the desert that was, made by the red.
Yeah, okay.
That could probably money.
oh god, it's back. the pixie.
Hey, go!
Don't make
Wait,
me,
isn't
don't make me
Poppy
get the
the
voice
pixie
changer.
like in the
Do
Eternal
not make
Abyss
me get the voice changer out. I will do it.
No, you'll just be banned.
We'll do it.
I'll just
Poppy
server
will
ban you.
return.
It's fine.
A potion of fire breathing.
Do you?
I've never used.
Oh, nice.
How random.
I've actually had that for like 1 million sessions as well.
Yeah, like that was long in the past you got that. So, what do you want to take forward before you travel? What do you want? What is after? So potions, yep, healing potions. So we know that the default basic healing potion is 50 gold. You know
So
that.
we should have one.
I mean, keep in mind that each platinum is worth 10
It's
gold.
10.
Right?
We can have 2.
I can have more than 2.
Yeah, I think.
Sorry, I mean in like 2 each.
Wow, this doesn't help inventory wise at all. Not a single jot does this help inventory wise.
This is what, like, I hate math.
Me too, sweetheart. That's why I'm just going quiet and like let everyone else figure this out. I
Yeah, I've got
cannot do
an
it.
idea. Let's
Just-
work out
just
how much
Sit
fucking
with me.
gold we have.
So platinum times 10
I'll put
is how
this in.
much gold.
This
much
is
you've got
based
it
on
in gold.
Xanathar's guide. There are equivalent healing potions for those levels as well, so I keep that in mind. Yeah, that's seriously magic ain't cheap, folks.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's see if I can use the
So
actual healing numbers for them as well. You can work out what's worthwhile.
we have 206 bits of gold.
okay.
So we could get like 4 healing potions if you want.
But then
Or-
that's all of our gold.
That's
or
everything.
like 1 goose.
I think it's and 1 goose, right? I don't think a goose is 6 gold.
I mean, you have to remember, we also have healing people.
I think it's more we should have like maybe
know-
2 healing potions in
You
case
know what we
healers
have?
go down.
We don't have a
Okay.
goose.
Why do we need goose?
You don't need
I can make you a goose. I
like,
can make
Unless
you
you
into a
one.
goose.
There are at least 7 answers to that question, Natalie.
This is true.
There you go. There is also their equivalent healing that you gain from them.
Fair there again.
It's a golden one. I don't care.
So,
let's get I don't know. Let's get like a stick of immense poking.
Indeed.
Of course.
no. Let's maybe
Right.
try and
Wait, actually,
trim this
so,
down somewhat, shall we, as an exercise.
Right, so there's 5 of us. So 4 of us get a potion each, and 1 of us gets a goose.
I think we need 4 potions. Or a goose.
Yeah,
Let's get 2 potions.
yeah,
and
I
no
agree with that.
2
Yeah.
goose. And a
2
squirrel.
potions and 1 geese.
No geese.
Man.
Please, just get potions.
But if Crumbar weighs the same as a goose,
Oh no, I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh,
Ruya, kill the goose!
so the plan that isn't just us talking about the cost of items for the whole session.
2 healing potions.
Okay. 2. Right. He's want 2. Just 2. 2
don't
healing
say it
potions.
like that.
That's okay.
That's
I'm only asking. Oh, I need clarity as a GM. Otherwise, like everybody gets geese, right? And nobody has money. So
How many geese could we get for all the money that we have?
in Horizon, probably a lot.
Could we not just have an army of geese? Surely that would win the game.
I don't
I
think,
think
so. They're not
geese
really
are
that
like
good in extreme
1d4
cold or heat.
projectiles, aren't they?
Oh.
No,
Fireproof geese.
that would probably
Come on,
cost you a
it's the
bit
city
more.
of wizards.
Definitely cost you a bit more.
Okay. Sure.
Like I don't even know if you've got enough to buy 1 fireproof goose
Oh.
at this point.
Do we have enough to buy 1 fireproof?
You know, see if you could somehow muster 1,000 platinum. I'd give you a fireproof goose.
Okay, guys.
Can I change my goal?
What if we just stole it?
Oh dear. So I'm just gonna delete these these geese, right? Just gonna delete these, because I need you to wrap this up now. Yep. Yep.
I think we're getting 2 healing potions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you want 2 healing potions. Okay. Cool.
Um,
Who is getting these particular healing potions?
Who doesn't have healing spells?
Everybody.
Everybody.
The opposite. It should be on the person, like, or one of them should be on the person that usually heals everybody, so that
Yeah,
it's
so
easy
that
to
we
find.
can don't give it to that
Yeah.
person. Yeah. So Aria should have 1.
And will I just take the other?
Sure.
I guess. Yeah.
I was gonna say he's a squish. Squishy.
Did you have a different idea? Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
I was gonna
Crumbar,
say
like,
he's a squishiest, but
does nobody have any healing potions already in their inventory?
no.
Nope.
Actually, I think. Do I not? No, we used it to try to find her, didn't we?
No,
Gestoria
remember you had the
one.
option? You had to pick one thing to
Yeah.
break, and you kept the Gestoria
I did.
Restoria.
I did.
Oh, so
Never
that's
mind.
still
I have
fine.
potions of healing, guys.
We
have
should
potions of healing.
still have these
So
2.
Yeah,
I
it
think
should
it's
not
still.
be on
Guys,
me.
I've got 2 potions of healing, so...
Oh my
like,
gosh, Grumba.
And we're taking
Yeah, it's almost like
I
if you
have
look through your
4.
inventories,
rude.
and you've got how
He's
many,
too
Aria?
busy
I was
thinking
looking
Right.
at money and such.
Yep.
Right, I want a potion of healing then.
So
So,
do I.
so
Okay,
Aria,
get it,
how
get
many
it, get it.
potions do you have?
I don't need one. I have 4.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Maybe we don't need potions.
Okay.
Oh.
Right. So, I think
Sorry,
the,
I
so
hadn't
the group
scrolled
has
up
6
enough.
healing potions between you already, without spending any money. Is what I've
Oh,
learned.
maybe we don't spend any money.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
I
that
still
might
would
be-
like a healing potion.
So,
Yes, you can have one
Thank
of
you.
mine. I will put 3 here and.
so on this
One
chart,
second,
right?
let me just
From
find the
what I've
row.
compared, it does seem to assume uncommon items are 50 gold, and it does list here a greater healing potion as uncommon, which I'll just say is the Horizon price,
Ooh.
Ooh.
which is nifty.
Let's buy 2 of them.
So, you could have that. Or, you could attempt to distill the Gestoria Restoria and try and make, obviously not potions of long rest, but you could try and make multiple potions of a better healing.
But what if we broke it?
But a potion of long rest.
Yeah, it's pretty
Even just
awesome.
one.
Oh, trust me, speaking as the only person who's used one, they are fucking overpowered and should not be wasted.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't wait.
Think of a
spell
spellcaster where you like that's you back up to max. Yeah. Keep it.
Unload everything. Do it again.
Yeah, that's literally what I used
Yeah.
mine for, and I fucking owned with it.
So yeah, we are not.
We're not just
Hey,
going in,
I just
keeping
wanted
it.
to offer that. You're in a magic heavy city, so, giving you the options. Okay. 206 gold according to Scott's maths. Anything else you want to buy before you leave?
We buy fireproof shoes. Is that a thing?
It's laden with geese feathers, sadly,
like-
so
Oh.
Can the shop we buy this from have goose in the title?
you do realise you're probably just asking somebody to...
Raiding
like,
Raciris.
Yeah, like,
Puppets.
you're in
Serene,
the
do you want to go
palace.
look for more cool arrows with that money?
It's-
See if you can get a couple more.
Hmm.
I can guarantee nobody else will have more of those arrows.
That'll be not. Yeah. That.
Yeah.
No, but other cool
Um.
arrows, like not perhaps like those, but other fancy arrows.
Other fancy. Other people can buy things too.
I'm a wizard. I spend my life
Yeah.
buying spell components. That is Morathis' life. He doesn't buy anything else but spell components.
Oh.
Okay, it's that magic life, yo. We all suffer it, okay?
Yeah.
That's magic primaries.
So
Yep.
So I would say, get a cool flare one or something like that. I don't know. Go Chopin. You lost all the stones and I feel really bad about it.
Don't look back in regret. Go Chopin now. Other musician composers we can throw in there
Treat
now?
yourself.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And also
Don't bark down.
Yeah.
we do have a story
Ah.
point with either Racera or somebody within King Magnus here. We are in Horizon. I think we could
Oh
use
yeah,
it.
is there anything else we...
And
Do
obviously,
we want an airship?
an
Can we
ad
get
we put
they
in
exist?
Sadly not, no.
Do we
We've
have
got a
one?
high druid
Oh.
story point as well. Hey, you could have attempted to have
Yes.
made one. See if you had set your minds
We've
to
also
that at
got
some
a
point,
five story point. But
Ah.
it's maybe not a good time to use it. No, not gonna lie.
It's a bit, it's
Seems awkward.
the
Yeah, I think
stock
so.
price against it's a bit down just now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's down by 20%.
It's like-
Yeah.
Oh.
Ryan, I swear to God.
Too soon.
Oh.
It's always
Oh.
going to be too soon.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I'll tell the story later. It's not relevant right now.
Oh dear. What was just said there? Let me have a go. So here we go. Potions are very important, especially to keep. Far too precious to use. Lol. Imagine not carting around potions. Yay, Crumbar. Buy the dip. Thanks, Alexander.
All of that was great advice.
I only caught it out of the corner of my eye. My reply to all of this is yes, because I can only agree. As
I love you too.
Alexander has the bag of holding in his group in the Wednesday game, and yes, so many unused potions that he just throws
We
into
don't
the bag.
have a bag of holding,
No,
do we?
No, we
That's
don't. Very sad about it.
What we do have is a mystery box.
you could get a bag
It's
of holding
not-
if you just traded in
Oh,
that
no.
story point. That's easy.
No,
So
but
Racera and ask her for.
we
What?
don't-
Genuinely
we don't
though,
really
what do
need
we need?
anything. Yeah, we don't need
Apart from the fun of having a
Just
bag of
one.
holding. Yeah, I know, same. They're the best thing.
Wait, could we put the astral hammer in a bag of holding?
I don't know, maybe.
If the opening is big enough.
The opening will be.
And then
big
we'd
enough
have to
fit the hammer
like try and flip it.
in. It's like trying to like
but I mean,
drag.
like,
It's the
then
was
we
it?
wouldn't-
If-
then
It's the
we-
tablecloth
we
trick
tried-
backwards, right?
Yeah.
You know?
If we tried to lever the astral hammer with an immovable rod, would that work?
I want
Would we
to
fit
see
it
this
into a bag of
visually.
holding?
Can we maybe not destroy the dwarf throne room in the
I
process of getting a
feel-
hammer in a bag?
I feel
Please.
we're just circling back round to the goose again.
Right, so let me just highlight.
Okay.
So
Do we
you
need anything?
use
No, I don't think so.
could right? If you wanted, obviously, what is stopping you lifting the astral hammer? Does anyone remember?
Yeah, we're not strong enough.
So, what would be strong enough?
Worthy.
Oh,
my God.
can we get some kind of like giant strength potion thing that makes someone really, really strong?
Oh,
Ooh.
like
Dragon strength potion.
like
Oh.
belt of like a
Right.
hill giant or some shit like that.
Enlarge reduce to some extent.
I love that it reduced the hammer. It's like, pick it up. Yay!
Make it smaller.
No, because
that
it'll
could
still
work.
weigh the same. It'll just be smaller.
Denser.
Is there an
Yeah.
accessory that may be in the general vicinity of us that we could give Crumbar to make Crumbar big?
And strong.
You could stand
Like a
further
belt
away
or-
closer.
no,
Closer.
I-
You can stand closer. Yeah.
Just say that's not a perfect word, darling. But no, just like a belt of bigness. I don't fucking know, but is there something like that that
I
can make
feel
our
like
tank
it wasn't just
problematic?
strength based. I think you're overlooking the
Oh.
part where who was the hammer made for?
Gods.
No, I mean
Candia.
Candir, right?
Yeah.
So that's why she could
Oh.
lift it, right? Because it was hers. So
Oh.
whose is it now?
Yeah, we're just gonna get
Oh, is it?
Her stance.
I
Reno.
really
Reno
don't want to be harassing Galactia right now.
No.
Last time we saw him, it was your mum's dead.
Like, we just need
Really
you
sorry.
to wield
You
this
sign over your
and
hammer
give
to
it
me?
to a god so we can.
It's like, yeah,
Wait, if
can you-
he just
do
gives
stuff.
us the hammer, does that mean that?
Oh, keep in mind, Candir was just going to give you the hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if it's only who owns it can use it, or have I misread what you were saying?
Don't know. I'm just saying these are things you could look at. I'm not saying these are the answers. Just giving you options to pursue. So, you know you need that. So, but that is something that would help obviously save you guys dealing with things like, you've got the option to leave things in the palace as well, remember? Because I'm assuming these are kind of acting like this is a small base of operations temporarily. Since you probably don't want to just hang out elsewhere in the world, I assume.
No.
Which means you really want to take the Rod of Pa to the
We are
Crown
not
Woods?
leaving it
I
here
don't think I want to leave it in a
Horizon.
city of wizards.
No
Yeah.
fucking way are we leaving it in Horizon. Like, come on.
Mm-mm. Nope, nope,
Fuck
nope, nope, nope,
that.
nope, 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 nope. Hold on,
We are very much
on,
the
no.
safest hands are our own hands.
Yes.
I think that's our vibe.
Yes.
100%. I love Rosera. He's my man, but no.
Okay. This is when in several hours' time a wood nymph steals it from you and you end up having to chase a wood nymph around the
Yeah.
world.
100%.
If it's in the box.
It could be a lightning wood nymph. We don't know that.
Yep.
It's not a foolproof box.
We need some kind of unbreakable chain to wrap the box. Isla.
I am
Then
an
we're done.
unbreakable chain.
Hey,
Dude, I know where we can get an unbreakable chain, the one that was fucking holding back the GGW.
Where was
But we
he?
broke it.
Bruh.
did you just say I know we can get an unbreakable chain, but we broke it? Is that what you just said, Scott? It's so good.
I'm so...
Okay.
Oh,
It made sense in my brain.
But if you could get yourselves the Eye of Janus, believe that
We
made
know
the
what-
chains.
We know where one of them is.
So, this is, it's good to iron this stuff out, right? Very good to iron this stuff out. By the way, did you buy those 2 greater healing potions, yes or no?
Yeah. Are they 50 gold?
They
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Thanks to Rasira's name, yes.
Amazing. So I will take 50 gold out of my inventory. I'm happy to do that.
Okay.
So I'll take 5 platinum.
Okay. And that gets you... Oh, I'm getting some feedback there, Arya. But yeah, so beyond that, you just don't want any other components for spells, that's fine. Any other items, as I said, the story point exists also. That is up to negotiation between, obviously, me and your ask, ultimately. So, is there anything you want to use your story points for before travelling? Obviously, you've got the 5, the Hydroid, and Magna as all the icon names for those. And remember, you can ask for things, and I can try as the GM to find ways to justify using the story points to purchase them as well. I am happy to do that. You don't need to work out every step. But I will just straight up say if I don't think it would be within the sphere. So, anything else you would like before your epic journey?
Anyone want a new weapon or something like
Always want a
Armor.
new weapon.
I was definitely good. Can I have a cute raincoat?
Just a coat made of rain? Like,
Yeah,
Do
that sounds
not
amazing.
Open
That was
that can of
better.
worms for your crumble.
Nice one, adorable, like little mini cape. Just for the rain.
I didn't think this would be as inefficient as it actually is. I'm constantly wet all the time.
I'm wet and I'm sad. The vibe goes.
But it looks cool.
Yeah.
Right, but seriously,
Okay.
folks. That's only half 8.
that? Yep.
Yeah, I'm
okay,
good.
Okay.
Hi, I did write my notes. Plans journey is what I wrote at the start.
Question mark.
And then ... leave horizon. And that's what we're aiming for. So I've got still in the first half, trying to get to the second half of my notes. So
Is there anything? We don't have a map, do we?
no.
Can we get a map
Okay. Of
of
the
the
world.
disc,
yeah.
but also of Serene's forest?
Probably not
Getting
of her
a
forest.
Map of
Yeah.
my forest.
Okay.
Yeah, there probably isn't
Or
a
just-
map unless you go
Yeah.
to her like elders and ask them for like whatever
Okay.
like.
Okay,
they
then
have-
generally
I mean,
a
like,
map of the
you
world.
have Serene. She is
Yeah,
a map
I
of her
know-
place.
I
Yeah.
know my forest.
Like I know that Callie doesn't
also-
really know where the location of everything there is, but she will when she
Serene
asks.
does. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I'm also a ranger, so I
Yeah.
remember everything.
Serene is your map
I-
ultimately. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
And
I
remember,
would
she
also
did
like a map
walk-
of the world.
She did walk most of the way, right, by
Yeah.
foot.
Mm.
So you have the fact that she has travelled her like half or quarter of the world by the time she met up with you guys. Because remember, let me go on to the main
In
screen.
like the wild
like-
woods.
So like she would have wandered down like probably like this way. And then I'm clicking.
Mm.
Ignore this little bit there. So something like this, maybe to there, along the roads, past Axis, past Horizon, over to like Santa Cora, and then when you got to like the Wildwoods about here, that's when you bumped into her.
Very
Yeah.
cool.
I
So
went
it's-
on a trek.
Yeah, so like 176 feet. Yeah, she got you. She got you. But really, that's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles, right? Considering like from like point to point, like the abyss is about 200 plus miles long, so it's a long ass way that Serena's travelled on her journeys. Yes. And Isla, you've travelled from like here. I am down in the corner.
Mm.
And you've travelled like over the mountain range and then probably like somewhere like this maybe, even up that way, and then over there
Yeah,
and
to
then to here. Yeah.
Yeah. We's well travelled people.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I like that you walked and I just sat on the back of a really big thing.
Yeah, a big Coro behemoth, yeah.
Yep.
Yep, yep.
Okay, so no map.
You're the map,
Oh.
is what we've established.
I am. Yeah, I
Okay.
am the map.
I'll write that down.
Okay.
Serene's the map.
Serene is the
I-
map.
I am
Uh,
the map.
So I can't even get like a cute scratch map.
I mean, technically you've
scratch
got
up
one,
a
right?
would
It's
be-
on the screen, right?
Yeah, but I want one in character.
Yeah, no, you
When
can
we go,
have
how far
like
away is this?
you can have like a
We
map
can
of the
actually
disc,
look it
but
up.
it probably doesn't
Thank
have
you.
like super accurate like measurements.
Yeah,
It's-
that's fine. I just want like an overview. So
'Cause
that
I'm definitely
I
not
can
going to commit to
journal
how
this.
many days things are going to take. We're just going to see how that goes.
yeah, that's
but
fine.
yeah, you can grab yourself a map. That doesn't
Cool.
need to cost you anything,
Cool.
really. Like that's fine.
Amazing. I probably find it in the library and put down is there, and so I just nick
Like,
it.
take one out of a frame that's on a
Yeah.
wall somewhere. Yeah,
I'll have that.
yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Because then if you do that, it means I can then realistically be a bit inaccurate with things if it's an out-of-date map
Yeah.
slightly. There we go.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a reasonably
Cool.
in-date map. Any other asks? Because you are sitting on 3 story points. Any other asks?
I'm trying to think. But
Eye of Jadis.
I'm trying to think of any that isn't just give me a better weapon.
I
You
got
want a
got
better weapon? Like,
I've
what have you
got a better
got?
weapon. Yeah.
I've just got a basic maul.
Right, fuck it, get him a cool thing.
Get a better weapon. Yeah.
I got a cool maul, so
Yeah, you've got a cool
How
weapon.
do you have a better smashy than me? I
Yeah.
am the smashy.
Exactly,
Yeah.
you are the smasher. You can probably still do more damage than Serene.
Yes.
Can
so
smash with anything. She needs special weapons.
Mm.
do
exactly.
you want a fancy maul?
Yeah.
That sounded
You
horrible.
can
My bad.
use the story
I
point
should have
I
thought.
have with Rosera and do exactly what Serene just did and don't talk to anything in that room.
Just don't talk to
I
them.
will not talk to anything in this room.
Oh no.
That room, not this room. The room that Rosera might take you into.
You asked
Oh,
very
right, okay.
nicely.
It is
I just
unlikely he'll
thought-
have a second magic maul. It's not like a maul dispenser.
Maul.
Mhm.
Oh,
for
are you
maul.
sure?
All of malls.
Normal.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I will say, give me something that can, smash a planet in twain.
There they go. What's a
Something
planet?
Big, strong.
Exactly.
This is a disc, yo. No planets here.
Give me a smashy worthy of someone who should be leading the
So-
Golden Order.
In all seriousness, though, Scott, what are you looking for? Like, what kind of weapon does Crombar expect to get in Horizon? Because you know Horizon has magic weapons in it.
Yes, preferably, the biggest and smashiest.
Okay, which is a great sword.
Really, I thought them always smashier.
Nope. We've had this conversation, remember, mathematically. So,
Have we?
a great sword does 2d6,
Oh,
which is better than a 1d12 weapon.
because your minimum is 2.
Yeah, but isn't
Mm.
Give me a second.
It's okay, we know we've got the ellipsis, don't worry. We're all...
Yeah, because mauls are 2d6 as well.
Is it?
Yeah.
Then it is equal
What?
in that.
Yeah, one just does bludgeoning, the other does.
Is it also
smash.
does it hit the qualifier for your great weapon thing? What's the qualifier for that? Is it only two-handed it needs to be?
It's two-hand. Properties are two-handed and heavy on a maul. And
But
for
your thing.
Great Weapon Master,
Because if that's the case, your maul would work just the same, but it is, again, Rostira's not going to have a second fancy maul lying around. And there was a reason why Serene's maul went fancy.
because she talked to shit.
I'm fancy.
She's fancy. Her
She
blood
is fancy.
Her blood type is magic.
Her blood type was cold, apparently. Yeah.
Apparently.
Oh.
I'd be interested in getting a great sword again if it meant smashy things.
It doesn't need to be a great sword, it's just keep in mind that if you went to somebody, say a smith, in the market of Horizon and traded something worthy of, say, the story points worth of Rosira's time and energy to that smith. For example, maybe Rosira has, I don't know, a magic space rock that fell from the sky that he might give to a smith. See what I mean? Like, you've got options here to trade to
Ah.
a smith for a magic item now, for them to have cool material later.
I'll leave it for now because it's too much thinking and I want to just get on with the smash.
Okay. Well, this is the time to say yay or nay to that. So
I think mine just looks like a maul. It isn't actually. I can't remember what we even did it as, but
that was so long ago.
I think it was a sword. It was a great sword.
It was so long ago.
Let me see what happens when I click it. And then we will know.
Hopefully it works.
Ooh.
Ah. Say.
It says magic sword.
Magic sword. Yeah.
The reason I
So
say
it was
magic
sword.
sword is because it was it's
was
the magic
based on a
effect
sword,
from I can't remember what the thing's called now. Let's call it Frostbrand, but I don't think that was its name.
No, I think it was just. I can't remember.
Wow,
Got it in
we're
my
so
chat,
we're
but-
so good at this.
Oh my gosh.
It was Frostbrand. Yeah, I was right. Thanks, brain. Yeah, it's just Frostbrand's like enchantment is applied to that mole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And the reason for that is because your blood got cold in it.
My blood. We
Mm.
got cold. That's it.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh god, it was so long ago.
It
Anyway.
really was. But at least we've caught ourselves up. You can edit that, by the way, to say magic mole instead of sword if you wish.
No, you and I couldn't be bothered. I know it's one word, but you know.
Right, Scott, last call.
Yeah, I'm good just now. Let's go
Okay.
do some.
Anybody else on the old, story point train? Are we good? Because
I'm good.
these are all
Yeah,
about
I've got
to
no idea what I would get, so
do some risky teleporting into a place that may or may not be half frozen, half burning, to maybe find the demon just over there. Just want to highlight everything you're doing, and you're gonna take your quest item with you.
I don't
Yeah.
fancy leaving it.
I
in the
want to leave it
void.
here.
It is the
Yous
fog of
have
magic.
slept here. I'm just
We
gonna
have been
highlight.
here
Yeah,
when
but
we
we
slept
were
there.
God.
It's the notion that it's not with us and we come back and it's blown up half of Horizon or something like that.
Can we buy ourselves a pocket dimension? We can just put it in there.
Called a bag of holding.
No,
No.
the answer is probably, actually. So, let me go get the spell.
Something that we can keep with us but lock.
I mean, wizard here, I can learn a
I know, you
spell.
could, yeah, there is a spell.
I need 50 gold and some time and I can learn a spell if it's going to be useful to us.
I'll put this in GG General. Let me get all the requirements.
'Cause I don't think I've got spells.
Annoyingly, this isn't copying everything, because why would it copy everything? That's really frustrating. Okay, I'll just have to manually copy this over. Because lame. As I said, if I know what you're looking for, I can help. This exists.
Mm.
Mhm.
oh, it's kind of cute.
Ooh.
Right?
Is the rod of power less than £5?
I'm sure we can say that if you're specifically learning a spell to store the Rod of Pa, we can make that spell the Storing the Rod of Pa spell.
Amazing.
Yes.
I'm willing to sit down and learn it, and we've got gold, so we wouldn't need to use
Yeah.
the story point.
So that
I think
exists.
that could be.
I am deeply nervous about the fact that I'm going to have to touch that fucking thing.
It's fine.
Didn't the last person who touched it end up not great?
Well, no, because she used it.
Oh, she used it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
she used it to close a hellhole. Like, the other shit was going on.
Yeah.
She didn't just, touch it and it fucked her up.
No,
She's better than that.
yeah, Cyril
Yeah,
used it
but
pretty
she's
much as a
also
fucking
one of the
lightning conductor.
5. I am a weak baby dark elf wizard.
Yeah, but you're not using
feel like-
this. You're just putting
Yeah, I
it
feel
in
like
the
she
drawer.
just told me not to use it. I
Don't
don't
use
know. She
it.
was like, don't touch
It's
it.
fine.
It's fine. Okay, I'm willing
fine.
to get Maratis to spend. God, how long is it? Is it like a day or so many hours and 50 gold? I can never.
You should know, because it's your class feature. It'll be in your class features on your wizard page somewhere. And I'm sure you can learn where
My
that is.
forest gonna
Because,
burn
dear
down.
gods. Beyond that, you're gonna need to do something special with this particular ritual, because by default it only lasts an hour. So we're just gonna have to get a bit jank with this. So you're gonna have to make it specifically for the Rod of Pa. So this isn't a spell you could then use again on another object.
No, it's just.
Yep, it's gonna be a Rod of Pa spell. And
Okay.
then you're gonna need to do something to the makeup of the spell to get rid of the concentration up to an hour, because you don't want to be stuck concentrating, which would stop you casting other concentration spells during that hour. So you want to try and...
Like story point comes in.
It's where us messing with the fact that you're in a city of wizards comes in, right? So it involves money, time, what you want the spell to do. But you can start with this as a basis and tell me what you want it to do. We know the object's going to be the Rod of Pa, so we don't need to worry about what the object's going to do. But there's going to be a bunch of other kind of categories in there you're going to want to alter. And think about things you can change in your benefit. It's a second level spell. Maybe if you bump that up, you can get away with it doing more. Think about that, right? Welcome to GMing Homebrew 101, folks. The
My
sneaky
brain
masterclass. Well, don't you worry about it. You just think about smashing things with a weapon of choice. Don't mean Christopher Walken. So, team, wizard team. Where are we? Includes the sorcerers and the druids and everything as well. Yep.
An object.
So we're gonna want it to last all the time.
Yes.
Forever.
Yep.
So 24 hours.
Constant. It has to be constant until
Yeah.
you either
Yeah.
dismiss it or
Yeah.
dismiss
Yeah.
the wrong
You're
word.
gonna have to
So it's
essentially-
whether
It's going to have
it's
to
a
work similar
recast.
to, what do you call it? Let me bring up the, 2 seconds.
It's a passive.
yeah.
So this is going to be a bit wordy, but you're going to want to look at this by comparison. Where are we here? Sorry for the folks at home, it's not the easiest to share this info, sadly, visually with you guys, but just assume we're working on lots of cool stuff, magically. So, there are elements of this spell you might want to look at. Specifically the, is it like the last, where are we here? 1, 2, 3, like the third last, like, paragraph, I guess, really? The part that starts as an action. You can temporarily dismiss your familiar. It disappears into a pocket dimension where it awaits your summons, ... Makes sense?
Yeah.
So you're going to want to start merging stuff with that. Because remember, find familiar is you have the thing until it dies, essentially, or something gets dispelled about it, and then it can go in and out of said pocket dimension. So really, you want your wrist pocket to function like that indefinitely. Until something dispelled it, because I wouldn't make it immune to being dispelled. But you definitely don't want it to be concentration, you definitely don't want it to be only an hour. You want drawer of quest items, the spell. But you can guarantee its wrist pocket is not going to stay a second level spell.
No, I'm imagining it's probably going to end up like a level 5, maybe.
Just depends what you want it to do. I will try and judge it as fairly as possible based on what other spells do. But yeah, the higher the spell slot, the less resources you need to put into it. Let's just put it that way. And the better it is, the harder it is to justify keeping ritual as a tag on it as well. Again, the higher the spell slot, the more I can justify. Does that make sense? Because ritual allows you to skip the component part, like the spell slot part, if you just take 10 extra minutes to do the thing. Make sense?
So, trying to figure out how to word this.
Okay, and to get any ideas about wording for it, or what specific features you want it to be able to achieve?
Hiding it, masking it as well.
Yeah.
Like, don't let anyone sense it.
Like make it
as best you can.
Can you scry on items? No. Just locations and
Yeah, because I don't think you
Yeah.
can find an object that's inside. Like,
No.
something.
Yeah, you can't scry on like other planes and stuff.
so it will be hidden if it's in a
Mm.
pocket dimension from scrying. But
Let me show the
It-
other one called Demiplane that you might want to look at.
Mm.
So there's there's the scope you're looking at for different ranges of what spells can achieve.
8th level.
Yeah, but read what it can do though for an 8th level. So that's what to do. Look at Wrist Pocket, look at Demiplane, look at Find Familiar. Take the element she's like.
Ooh.
Yeah, right.
It's a vault.
Wow.
Which is ultimately what you would prefer, I think.
That's like a better mansion thing. Is that spell called?
They have
Morning
one that's
Cannons,
just, like,
Magnificent Mansion.
Yes.
cupboard sized.
This is good. These are the features you want to add in to
It's
some
like
kind of
a
like
wardrobe-
proposal.
Like a
Yeah.
wardrobe size, not 30 feet, like a wardrobe sized version of Demiplane that we can like stick our heads in and just be like, and everything goes in there and put your head back out, you know, put our
Right.
coats in.
So you want to add that into a 5 foot by 5 foot space rather than the 30 foot by 30 foot, right? So there you go. There's your cube of space you want. So essentially it's like a
How
chest.
big is the astral hammer? That's as big as we need.
How long is the rod? Is the rod quite big that way as well?
Pinky. It's like a magic wand, and then it expands.
There was
Yeah.
the
As it does its thing.
Yeah, let's hope it's not an extra dimensional space.
So 5 feet by 5 feet.
You also probably don't want to put the eye in any of these things.
No.
Oh
Oh.
god,
No.
yeah, something that. Oh no.
Like, I don't know how that works yet, and I don't want to have to sit and think how that works. So,
It's gonna end up with a black hole or something.
yeah. All 15 moons race towards the center. Yeah. Yep.
Please no.
The disc goes flying like one of those pog things as a kid. Oh dear. But yeah, like wizard magic's crazy when you look at like the scope of these 3 different spells, and you're like, really? Like, you can make a fake bird and put it in and out of a pocket dimension all day, every day for a first level fucking ritual. But Wrist Pocket seems pricey, but I guess it's because you could just hide things and smuggle them in places really, really efficiently. So I guess that's maybe its like benefit, you know?
Mm.
Yeah. Right. These have got a
Yeah,
couple of-
essentially this, but we don't need the new demi-plane each time.
Yeah,
We want
it's the same
place.
one consistently. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't
It's a wardrobe of holding.
Just have this sorted. You can obviously attach a spell slot to it as well. We can see what this would do. Ideally, you just want to make it reasonable enough that it doesn't cost you your story point.
How long do we want to? We would like it to be an action to just call it in, but that could. We want it to maybe take a minute.
I think if you make it take a minute, you could then maybe add to that to make it a ritual. Whereas if it's an action,
You can add to actions to make them rituals, by the way, as well.
Oh.
That's not a thing, because Wrist Pocket and like that's
Demiplane are action.
oh,
Demiplane's not a
Familiar
ritual though.
takes an hour.
But Demiplane
yeah,
isn't
it
that.
does take so long.
Yeah, it's why you get away with. Can you see why you get away with more with Find Familiar for being a first level? Because it's
Yeah,
expenses.
it costs money, yeah,
Uh-huh.
and it takes time.
Yeah.
Say we takes a full minute to do spell to call it in, and that'll reduce.
I write this
level.
down somewhere. You just want to put
I'm
this in.
doing it as
Yep.
I'm doing it right now.
I mean, if you put it into, like, say, Discord line by line, it means you can re-edit the lines. I'm just gonna, like, volley for what you are willing to spend on this, because, you know, this is like an upgrade from Lightning Chest, really, is what you are doing.
Mhm.
Realize that you could probably put Lightning Chest in here, right?
For sure, with all our many monies in it.
Mm. It just means you're trusting Moratis to be the bag of
Mhm.
holding.
Yeah, we trust.
Remember, all these things are like, you know, slidey scale options. It just adjusts what you are gonna have to take. So we're looking at Demiplane, Find Familiar, Wrist Pocket, merging all of them into some kind of crazy hybrid spell called I don't want to carry this. This is the side that, you know, I feel like wizards are meant to embrace, like, more often, is that how do I make my own spells, you know?
Hmm.
That's why I needed a C name, Maratus, because then you could have had, like, Maratus's minute cupboard. You know?
Maratus isn't a menagerie.
It's, no, because menagerie implies big collection of things.
Animals.
Yeah.
Got loads of like.
Is it worth having something about
Just fill it with bees.
if it if it gets dispelled, it does like the bag of holding thing if it just dumps everything there so that things aren't lost in the demi. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want, you know, that thing where you pull a bag of holding inside out? Like, you know, like in real life when we do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I suppose it's that action of we could do that if you don't have enough time to sit for a minute. Just to spell magic on it. Dump everything out just there.
But wouldn't it dump it out where you last cast it?
Oh.
Right? You see?
Interesting.
Right? Yeah.
Oh.
Magic in different realms of fucking reality. I think what you maybe want to like look at it as is when you cast this, you will be putting stuff to a place that already exists, realistically, right? And then that place will just be hard to access by things because people would have to know where it is. Make sense? So use this spell lets you know where that place is every time, which means if you've got the spell, I guess you would just need to cast the spell again to like, because the spell will be open door to that location, right? Ultimately. I think that's a better angle to look at it as, rather than the spell creates the specific demiplane for you each time.
Then it follows us around like a puppy.
Or just that you reach behind the set each time to get your bottled water, you know. The behind the
Break
set
the
always
fourth wall.
exists. Yep. So, anything else you want the spell to do? And you need to pitch a spell slot idea. Do you want it to be a ritual, etc.? All those things. Spell components also.
Oh.
Yeah. Remember, the price here is to do each time. Like, thing is, you can ask that, right? You can put just like, say, verbal and somatic, or just verbal. You used to have a component, a VS and M. But it does, like, the more you have, the cheaper it can be.
What about the spell of just make Rod disappear and then come back when we call it?
That is what
You
they're
know,
doing.
you know the cloud from Legend of Monkey King, like that, but for the rod. Just be like click click, and then it comes back.
That's what they're doing, Scott. They're making a spell to make the thing go into this space and then disappear, and then come back when they want it. Yeah. But it's like but essentially it's themselves giving them like a 5 foot by 5 foot like chest that you can access from
Because if
whenever.
we're going to do it, we may as well be able to put more than one thing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love just the idea that like some random like otherworldly entity floating past, be like, why is there just a cube of stuff just floating in the ether?
Cube dimension.
Pretty much, like, you know, these are basically essentially renting storage. Yeah.
On today's episode of Storage Hunters, Cube.
I mean, that shit's expensive, so it kind of makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. And it's cool to have magical options, right? Because magic should be convenient, right? It should be there to make life easier. So, right, based on this, like what we're looking at, like, anything else you want the spell to do, team? So we've got, it makes a 5 by 5, technically by 5, because it will be a cube, a space. It will last until it's dispelled, ultimately. Each time you want to like open the chest lid, as it were, you'll need to cast the spell, right? I think that's fair to say. So accessing it. So for duration, you probably don't want instantaneous. You probably want a time limit that you can access the chest for. So you probably want to change that there. We don't want it to be concentration, which I totally agree with. That would suck. Because as soon as you fell asleep, yep. You obviously want it to be one plane, which is fine. So it's the same place every time. Takes a minute to cast, which is good if it's not an action. It does add it up. And then, okay. Anything else you want it to do? You don't want it to be scribable, and you want it to alert you as if there's like someone else gaining access. Or do you want just every time you open it, it just goes blah? Like,
Yeah. Can we have like a fun pretend ghost that pops out? It's like woo, but we know it's going to happen, so it doesn't scare us.
I think Arya and Crumber might
Oh, yeah,
fear
they
that
have to-
Mark would be there.
Throw, like a wisdom save, or else they get spooked.
Just make it pretend it's a mimic that's trying to shut its mouth on them.
Hum.
The person
Um,
back the fuck up a whole mimic door, but it's not a real mimic.
It is a mimic. It's a friendly mimic.
Yes, our friendly. Trust me,
So-
if I could have a pet fucking mimic, I would have one.
So you don't quite want it to like become like a giant fucking like tiger head in the desert and just start screaming diamond in the rough at you though when every time you open it, right?
Yes, yes, we
Okay.
do.
Yeah, that sounds great.
No. Please no.
Because do you want this to be quiet or loud? Ultimately,
yeah, we probably
right?
want it to be quiet.
So how does the warning work? Yeah.
Well, it was more if like if I'm gonna be the one that has this spell, and it's like I'm not out trying to access it, and I get my spidey senses go, someone's trying to get in that fucking box. Like I would, like, is there a way that it can alert us that like
Yeah,
somebody's
it's
poking
magic.
this?
This is literally a make
You
believe
like
game.
add
Yeah.
the alarm
So-
spell in.
Yeah, I was going to say that the silver string.
I
Yep.
don't think
Yeah.
Maratis' sensitive hearing wants an alarm going off every time some
Ding,
celestial
ding,
entity
ding,
just
ding.
pokes to the box. It's like, my fucking ears.
So anything else?
I mean, having an option to trap anything that was poking in it, but I suppose the warning we would then immediately open the thing and see who was trying to touch the stuff. So having a booby trap effectively would not be would not be great either. Like you have one or the other, I guess.
If anyone's trying to gain access to it, it takes a minute to
Takes a full minute to get in.
to get into it anyway, so they might have just gone by then. It's nice to know when people are.
Like they try the door and then just got it's locked. We'll leave. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's nice to know if there's been a power cut.
Yeah.
Like when you weren't in.
So yeah, I think if you want things like extra dimensional spaces to like trap people, you're gonna have to like, yeah, it's gonna be a slightly more
I'm trying to
dedicated
think of a
spell. Sadly.
deterrent, like somebody touches it and they shouldn't. It's like a little electric shock, like a wee dash of Isla on there, just like go away.
I feel like
Okay.
if something can find your unscribable demi-plane, I don't think a small electric shock's gonna give a fuck, right?
True.
Like think
Very
of it
true.
in that scale.
Yeah,
right?
maybe is there any point having?
Yeah, I think we're relying on it being unscryable
Yeah.
and on a demi plane.
But if something can get to an unscribable demi-plane 5 by 5 by 5 foot cube in the middle of Neverwhere, then yeah, I think that'll be.
Maybe they deserve the stuff.
Yeah, I think they've got that's their loot, right? At that point.
This is honestly one of the silliest conversations I've ever had. I'm just sitting here shaking my head.
So-
I'd like to think I'm doing that in character as well, but yeah.
What would you like to see the spell do, though, Adri? What would you like the spell to be able to do?
I mean, all of the above sound cool.
Okay, what spell
I think
slot
perhaps
would
an
you set it
alarm
at
might
as
be a
well?
bit better than booby trap because I mean, with our luck,
100% alarm is
probably
way more
forget
useful
about the
to you
booby
guys.
trap.
Yeah.
and you'd have Crumbar.
So when you open
getting
the
himself
chest again and you
electrocuted
just
or
burn or
whatever.
whatever, and it's like, oh, the booby trap went off, I guess, at
Yeah.
some point since we last looked.
Yeah. So there's that. But I do believe that there should be an alarm, and that
Yeah, no,
definitely the
that works
space
for me.
should
I'm happy for that. Yep.
be, not just enough to put the freaking
So here's a question for all of you. Let's all get ready to
I'm
type,
making
right?
gestures in my head,
So,
but yeah, okay.
Maras, hold up, Maras, calm yourself. Everybody get ready to type in the spell slot number you think, like the spell level this should be, and we'll all hit enter at the same time. Okay?
Where are we
Oh,
doing that?
God.
into Discord?
Into Discord, yep.
World. Okay.
Right, so get ready, right? Let me know when you're all ready to hit enter, okay?
Okay.
Mhm.
I guess.
Oh.
Cantrip.
God, fucking love
Okay.
Right,
Hmm.
I am ready. Is everybody else ready?
Oh.
Yep.
Oh,
Changed my
Yes.
answer 4 times already. Come on.
Okay. So, yep, Serene, you good to go?
Yes, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yes.
Scott, ready?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay.
I think I've been quite generous.
So, everybody press enter.
Ah, mine didn't go.
I went with 5 and then I changed it to 4 and I changed it to 5 and I changed it to 6 and I changed it to 4 again.
I went with 4 because it's like the highest level I can cast.
I like your logic. Your
Yep.
logic is sound.
For you, that's a big spell expenditure.
Yeah.
For Crumbar,
Yeah.
that's impressive. That's the best I can do. That makes total sense.
Okay, so for those at home that have been listening to our one-sided madness, we have a 5, a 7, 4, 4, 6, and 5. So there we go.
Wait. I've got an idea.
Does it help though?
Oh no.
It does help.
Okay, I'm
We
skeptical.
need to do with geese.
Mm-hmm. I feel like this is going to be a waste of time. I'm looking forward to being surprised. Yep. Now,
The average spell slot is 5.1. So
yeah, it's. Can you
Just
see
go
why
5.
it is not anywhere near a 4th level spell?
Cantrip.
So, what you're doing is you're making
No.
something that ultimately, because
Mm.
do you want this to be a ritual, by the way? That wasn't in your list, also, so you know.
Yeah.
we did talk about it at one
probably.
point.
I was just throwing
Yeah,
things out.
the
so
reason,
could
like,
say
I
it.
factored my 7 there that I suggested is without it being a ritual. Let's put it that way.
Oh.
Oh.
Because you haven't given me spell components. Right?
Okay.
It's a minute
So
to
if we make
cast.
it cost money,
So if it costs money or items or something that's consumed in the opening, like it requires like you know, I don't know, an iron key or something, like something that gets used up, it can be reduced. If it also takes longer to cast, it can be reduced. If you know what I mean, if it's not a ritual, it can be reduced. Do you see what I mean? Like all these things kind of factor in. But from what I look at there, you're making like a permanent safe space storage thing out in the middle of nowhere that nobody can find, and you get warning if somebody's poking around it. It's, to me, that's way up at 7 because it's not too dissimilar to something like, you know, your Magnificent Mansion nonsense. But this has a lot of safeguards that you can store items in, like smuggling past people, whereas like the mansion's static, you know? Because remember, the opening of this follows you guys, ultimately.
You can just become smugglers.
Precisely, to be honest.
Problem with it being a level 7 for us guys is that's my teleportation.
yeah, that's it.
And
Also-
I literally only have one 7th level spell, so we'd have to do this.
So,
if we did it,
adjust
we'd
the
have to do it
sliders
today,
then.
and-
Slide other
Okay,
things
wow.
down, move
How
other
about-
things up.
What can we
need to
make it
adjust?
cost?
Like how bad do we need to do this to drop this to make it maybe I have like 1 level 6, 2 level 5s, and 3 level 4s.
You just tell me what you're willing to give up from what you've asked
I'm
for.
willing to give up anything to get it out of the places where I only have 1 spell per slot, so I need to somehow drop it to a 5 or less.
Okay.
What do you want from
So
me to do
you want
that?
it to be down to a 5?
Preferably, because my 7s are a 1 and my 6 has only got 1 spell.
Okay.
I only have
Give
one
me
of those.
something it costs you to open every time and make it an hour to open every time.
Okay.
Okay. How much does it need to cost?
Pitch me
Does
something. Pitch me something
Oh.
reasonable. You want it to be like down from a 7, that's dropping at 2 spell
Yeah.
slots. You want it to be a 5. An hour to cast. It's not a ritual. It's VS and M at this stage, I think, because
I
we're looking at
suppose,
cost.
actually,
Yeah.
guys, my 6 levels, I would happily give up my 6 level spells and just fuck them and just keep that as that to get it down to a 6. Because I've got the only things I've got in 6 is Disintegrate, Guards and Wards, Mental Prison, and Soul Cage, and fuck them. Just like this is probably
Okay,
a lot
tell
more
you what,
important than me to be able to do them.
I'll
So,
give you it for a
fuck.
6, right? It's going to be V, S, and M,
Okay.
right? And the M is a, let's see, a small collection of similar items used as keys to open the chest. So, for example, like a set of keys,
Wait, we need to go back. Let's go buy some keys.
right?
Does it use
Then-
it every time?
Then everybody can have one. But it means if someone loses their key or it's taken from them, that would let somebody else access this space. It would still take them an hour
that
to get
would
into
work.
it, though.
That's cool. Because that means we're all carrying like
Access
a
to
bit
it.
of keeping it safe as well.
And you all have
Do we
access
have
to it.
give
Friendship bracelets.
Crumble?
But I'll make use of that deal because it comes with the risk of somebody getting a key that isn't you guys. And there's no
Everyone-
cost involved.
End of every session, everyone checks that they have their fucking key,
Yeah.
by the way.
Do I have my key?
Every time we come back from a break, every time we end and start a session, we check if we have the key. That's all that
Yep.
matters now.
It's like when you're
Yep.
leaving your house.
I think that's a- I
Guys,
think
please,
that's a
wallet,
fair
phone.
Guys,
Keys.
you just know that we're gonna have to put crowbars around his neck, right?
I was definitely instantly
No, no,
planning on
no.
wearing mine on a
Yeah,
necklace
same.
around my neck. That's
I'm
100% what
gonna-
you'd wear a key.
I'm gonna figure out how to like dimension door it inside his fucking chest next to his heart. So if anyone really wants it, you need to fight him for it. Like he ain't getting out, and they ain't either.
So,
If we could put it there.
how do we feel about that?
Okay.
Guys,
Yeah.
guys, do you remember that Arya has like a lot of little pouches made from like, skins of animals that she would have caught before she even joined you guys? Can you imagine the stress you'll have when she's forgotten which one she's put the key in?
Oh no.
It's in one of these somewhere. Yeah.
Aria.
Right,
Which
so-
one is it in?
So because I've been watching the Book of Boba Fett, like the Tusken Raiders have this belt which is just like all pockets along the front. That's the image I'm getting in my head right now. Just so many pockets. Where are they? Look at this amazing guy. Dump this into chat. Yeah, Scott, we've been through mechanically that before. Like the only option you've got is that animated shield. Just to summarise that
I
for
was
you.
trying to remember if we had or not.
It's in one of these pockets somewhere.
Look at pockets.
Right, so how do we feel about that as a spell?
Okay.
So, anyone with a key, once it's done, will be able to open it. It'll take your hour to open, which means everybody will be aware at all times, because anybody with a key will be alarmed. Just probably in general, given the worry for this.
Alarmed.
But it does mean that you will always
Very
know
low.
someone's trying to access the loot box. Right?
Yeah.
It's obviously it's VSM. M is the component, the ongoing component. For example, if you were going to like enchant a magnifying glass to, see behind you, you'd always need the magnifying glass. It's that equivalent. It's not used up in the spell. It is used as part of the spell. As I say, it's a small collection of similar items. I reserve the right to edit what the term small covers. But as I said, a set of keys is perfect, for example. They don't even need to be identical keys, just the fact that they are all a collection of keys is good enough. It could be a collection of shiny rocks, for example, that you did this with. So yeah. If you are happy with that, you have one last step, which is naming it.
Oh god. Key items.
The Tesseract.
Ah.
Cupboard of holding.
I'm going to leave you with that task over break to name the spell. and then we're going to take our break here.
Oh my god.
Yes, I hope this action-packed session has everybody on edge so far.
Hey guys, we made a spell.
Yes.
That's really fucking cool.
First session back, and you are making your own spells, which is pretty fucking badass, to be honest. So yes, thank you to whoever stuck around so far watching us. Stay tuned for the promise of action. Lol.
Yes.
Lol.
As Crumba would say.
Smash.
Yes. Back in 10, folks.
Okay, bye.
hopefully somebody can test the audio for us as well.
Just about to do.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh God, those are such good options. Do I want the one that sounds dirtier? Do I want the one that sounds
Our
just
audio works.
Excellent. Good. So, welcome back to the Keepers of the Golden Gate, session 115, part 2. I am Ryan, the GM. It's the 14th of January 2022. Here are the players.
Hi, I'm Crumbar. I'm Scott. I play Crumbar, the half-orc paladin.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I play Isla, the Tiefling Sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Natalie, and I play Maratus, the Dark Elf Wizard.
Hi, I'm Callie, and I play Serene, the Firbolg Ranger.
Yay, and I think we've lost Arya. Maybe. She'll return to us one day. Yes. So, where were we? Tell me of this spell.
There you go.
We
That's what I
just
managed to get done in the break.
Oh man.
Okay.
Um,
So tell me this. The audience can't see this, so talk us through it.
Give me a second, I'm getting a drink. I didn't get to do break. Where to do the spell.
well.
Okay, so casting time 60 minutes.
Oh,
Range of self, target, and occupied space within range. Components, VSM, a small collection of similar items used as keys to open the chest. Duration 5 minutes maximum or until closed. You create an ornate lid, chest lid that appears in an occupied space within range. When opened, the lid leads to a demi-plane that appears to be empty space 5 feet in each dimension, made of wood or stone. When the spell ends, the lid disappears and the objects are locked inside the demi-plane. That's the best I could come up with,
oh my
guys.
God, Brian. See the rings that I made for everyone? Can we use them as the keys?
They're already a spell component. Do you want them to double up? You sure about that?
Can they double up?
I mean, I don't see why not, but do you want them to double up? That's maybe not a great idea.
I think it's a great idea. Means that,
Things doing two things means if you lose that one thing, you've lost two things.
But I don't have a comeback for that.
That's fine, yeah.
We could
I
just
thought it was a
get some more
good
rings.
idea, and my brain is currently running at about 3%, so I thought that was good.
Yeah,
It
no,
wasn't bad.
it was an attempt, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
That's what I've got, guys.
Sounds good.
What are we going for the name then?
it's
Okay,
there at the
money.
bottom.
No,
Oh, is that what we're calling it?
It's
I
Maratus.
don't know.
It's
I
Maratus'
don't-
spell. It's
I like it. Good alliteration.
Okay.
Fine.
there is what I was looking for. Thank you, gifts.
Love that fucking.
Smile.
It's so silly. But anyway, so yeah, the joys. It's also level 6. This spell, remember?
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
it not just be like the power of friendship?
No.
Last time we tried that, we broke things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And it's conjuration, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah.
Probably not. I'll deal with that later.
Its duration.
It's just because all the other ones you put in are all conjuration as well, so.
Yeah, like I suppose technically teleportation is also conjuration, isn't it? As well.
Yep.
Yeah, I suppose it is. Yeah. Yes.
Yep. Teleport is.
It's because it also has abjuring parts to it, though. So it is like a hybrid spell.
Because I based most of what I wrote off of demi-plane.
Yeah,
And
but
it's an
you'll want it to not be scryed, though, right?
That's true.
So that is abjuring it. Yeah. So yeah, it's like a hybrid. You can just do / abjuration. Because if somebody had to, like, detect magic on this, they'd get all of the elements of the spell, right? It wouldn't just be the conjuration elements to it. And then good luck if they opened the demi-plane box and looked at the Rod of Power while detecting magic.
Yeah.
Yep.
Head explodes.
We do not like that.
Just take it to the Ark of the Covenant.
Alright, so what's
the
your
Ark of the
magic? Is that
Kobold
Ryan?
Cabal. Is that what we were doing? Yeah.
Jesus magic.
Jesus magic.
I think it's just. I think that it would be the definition of like just radiant, right? The searing
Yeah,
thing.
actually.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, right. What you
Jesus
what are you
magic.
spending to get this? It's gonna be expensive.
I could definitely go to Rosera and bug him for that story point. If
Easy.
he could sit down and help me make this.
Easy. Like yeah. So
Everyone
much so
knows
that we can say that has been done. Like.
Okay, cool. That's the story point gone, guys.
Excellent.
It seems like a good. It seems like it marries well as well. Like that's a
Yeah.
good connection.
Yeah.
And it's probably Maraz's first spell. Like officially.
It is.
You know?
Check you.
And that's why
Do
he
you
used
wanna
the
file-
last name
do you wanna
rather than
file-
his first name.
File for patents in the world. Yeah. Let's go through
I
a
think
bureaucracy
Name on it
session.
quite literally, I guess, but well, the Spinel name, would that not already be a kind of patent and trademark name due to his dad making the trains?
No, not for,
Yeah, but this
not
is
for
a
spells.
sub branch of
Yeah,
train.
this
This is
is
like-
better than train.
Yeah,
No.
this is the kind of
It
like Morden
is.
Kainen's magnificent mansion. That's like that's like a
Oh.
worldly wide known spell, etc. But anyway, same with like Tasha's hideous laughter, etc. The real trick's to try and get into cantrip level, right? I think with your name.
I suggested that.
Yeah.
No, you suggested this spell was going to do that. I'm talking about making spells going forward. Anyway, so we have what do you call it? Spinel's Shrouded Stash. This just sounds like the thing they did to Henry Cavill's mustache in Justice League now. Sadly, during reshoots, Maratis grew a mustache for another role, so we had to use CG and magic to edit it out.
You look great with mustache.
You just
Yeah.
magic it like a caterpillar and it would crawl off your face and then it crawl back.
Oh my god, yes.
Maratis makes a spell.
Instant
Okay.
mustache.
Huzzah!
Right,
Woo.
is that our prep done?
think-
That's a dangerous question, Ryan. Do you want any RP to get done here?
I mean, I'm asking
Yes.
what items are you
Yeah.
going to use as the keys?
Have we got any?
Yeah, what's the
Points
collection
left?
of items for keys? What are you using for this, and what's everything being handed? Because this is an inventory
We're
edit.
just- Sorry, I assume we agreed on the rings because nobody.
No, it's a bad idea. Don't double
No.
up. Don't double up.
Hey,
I think we're gonna get.
Marathis would
Yeah.
RP that doubling up magicking things on each other as a recipe for disaster, whether
Hey,
Crowbar believes
they-
that or not. It's
maybe
It's
we
a-
have to.
I think
about another thing.
Yes, but I think Isla would point out that maybe having something inconspicuous, something some people wouldn't think to steal.
Like pieces of 8. Sorry.
The problem with that though is it is money looking, right? Pieces of it.
Yeah.
Remember, the
No,
money is
I'm
magic.
thinking of Pirates of
Oh,
the Caribbean
right.
pieces of 8.
Ryan, what's the
Very
money
Yes.
that we don't use?
Oh, the electrum.
Yeah, the electrum.
Yeah,
Piece of that.
I don't think there is any in this world.
Exactly. That's why we're making it.
Yeah, no. I meant like
Um,
somebody's collection of marbles or some shit like that, or you know, like
Marathis will suggest
several
dice.
wooden figures.
Marathis will suggest everybody gets dice.
Oh,
Ghosts.
I like that.
Meta boulders fallen Maratis briefly.
Ah! I dodge.
In the shapes of D12, so no. But yes.
I know.
Ah.
I mean, people would play card
What do
games
yous
and dice
have
games.
on-
Like,
Yeah.
Like, what do you have on yous?
I literally
Oh.
have nothing. Like, Marathis doesn't have anything.
Um,
But your background gives you stuff, though. Everybody's background gave them stuff. Mundane
I got a
things.
card.
No?
I have a trophy from an animal I killed.
I have
Quill.
I have a bag of sand, which is a component. That's about it. I literally have ink in my arcane folk. The scholar's backpack. I don't have anything.
What's in a scholar's backpack?
Book of lore, a bag of sand, and some knives.
Just
Nice.
That's about it. It's like it's. more
I
camp-
also have a small knife.
okay. Anybody else got a knife?
No.
It's going to be like a Knights of the Round Table, but it's Knights of the
Yeah.
Spinel Stash.
Knights of the Pokey Stab.
It's the thoughts, folks. Because you'll need something that is considered a collection.
We could just go and get keys.
Just go get keys.
Like, literally, like, anything would work. Like, see if it was, like, one piece of wood carved into 6 individual objects, or 5 or whatever. Like, anything that would be considered a collection.
I've got a torch. I could chop the torch into a whole bunch of things.
I've got the glass from the waste.
Oh!
The glass, that's actually brilliant.
Yeah, we could use like a shard of that each or something.
I love the idea that every time you go to open it, like, somebody cuts themselves, because it's, like, shards of fucking, like, desert glass. Like, it's like, why couldn't we have picked bean bags?
We're not that smart.
No.
So
Smash it into diamonds and use them.
it's not.
Please don't use the diamonds. Please.
No, I mean like the glass waste thingy. The waste
Yeah.
of-
So
yeah.
what is the objects that you're going to use? Because again, just needs to be a collection of things, and if you want 5 of those keys, then yes, you'll need to have something that is, of 5. It doesn't need to be limited to 5 though, if that makes sense. Like if you had, like, here's a bag of 10 keys, you could use 5 of them and use them, if that makes sense. But you can't have 2 keys and add 3 keys from somewhere else, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
We're gonna go and buy have a pack of some. I've got 10 torches. A torch each.
Like, even if it was like playing cards, those might just be easy to lose. Because remember, the magic isn't going to make the things invincible. These objects will still be able to be like lost or destroyed or whatever.
I think the glass is a good idea because we don't know, we've not researched the glass, but glass made from the red might be quite robust.
Again, we're not likely to mistake it for anything else.
Yeah, so we could just break it into 5 shards then. Yeah.
Okay, you want to do that?
I like
Yay!
Can anyone work glass?
Um,
That isn't just smashing a piece of glass up?
Smashy.
It's like you can just legit hit it with a hammer if you want.
Yeah, no, I'd have no tool
There's no people with a
proficiencies.
hammer. No.
Or like pay 10 gold and get somebody to have done it for you from the town.
or that, yeah.
Yeah, do you want to just do that?
Make sure they have nothing left over though.
Doesn't matter
Like,
though
they
if
can't have even
it doesn't matter if they
shards
had
left over.
if they had all the shards, it wouldn't matter. You're specifically stating the 5 that you have are the key,
Right. Okay.
not anything. Because then it would just be like, oh, everything from that iron vein, from the key that was forged from this specific piece of mineral. Yeah.
What are we cutting them into then? Are we cutting
Yeah.
it into keys or?
Yeah, what do you want the shapes to be?
Ah, tiny glass keys. That
I
sounds
think
cool.
like rhombuses or something.
Something that can easily be not put in your pocket, like something you can
Yeah,
wear
I
on
think
your
something
neck or wrist
with
or
a-
something.
Yeah.
I mean, a key, one of the old-fashioned style keys, right? With the loops on it, would be able to hang around your neck easy enough. If that was so literal, I mean, but yeah. Just could do that if you wanted.
Ooh.
What's the
Now
thoughts?
here's the real dumb question that's going to take a while. Does everybody get ones that look to them? Like Isla's has got a wee lightning bolt instead of like the straight bit from the loop down. To
Here's
the
here's the real question. That's 20 gold.
Oh, do we have 20 gold?
I was going to say right.
I
The
have
question
20
now
gold.
becomes,
Hey, you're asking
how
for
much gold do we want?
artistic work, not just chip into key shape. So yeah, just makes the price go up. But you'll find somebody in Horizon able to do it easy enough. So just
So
tell
do
me.
we want individualized ones? Or do we just want 5 identical keys?
I mean, we all know the answer to that.
Yeah, we do. I will minus 20 gold.
Okay. I hope people are taking
Isn't
notes.
this like the principle to lock and key?
Potentially. So we've got what was it? Glass from red wastes. Red wastes used to make 5, isn't it? We're making 5. 5 unique keys for each party member.
Scott will have a dragon for obvious reasons.
You can all pick your Megazord later, okay?
Yay!
Yeah. Like, yeah. So, anything else you want to do? Like maybe the spell?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that thing.
Yeah, we should cast it and put stuff in it. Should we test? Should we put something like that isn't the rod of power in first,
Just put it in. It'll be fine.
just in case? Okay, great.
Just
I'm
one
dead.
person. I'm not sure if I've made this that people. Okay, so no people, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is definitely objects, not
Oh,
people.
but that's half the fun is.
I mean, Crumba, if you really dislike someone, we could open it up, put them in, shut it, and that's a way to go. But
Cool.
yes, should be fine for objects as for things that require.
Yeah. Just gonna go up and like give you this wee addition of can be opened freely from the inside.
Ooh.
There you go.
So we can't kill people with it.
You can't lock people in it, is all that means.
Mm.
If they somehow don't like work out, they can just open it. Then maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you cast a spell, take an hour,
Yep.
do the thing, get all the keys in a nice wee line. Bish, bash, bosh, I guess. Right?
Alright, who has the
Mhm.
stuff?
Do you want me to leave it in the box or take it out the box?
Do you want to have the box on you? It's your box, so don't take it off.
Do we have anything else to put in it right now? But sure, we could find something, and this takes an hour, and the box just takes, and I'll just zap the box open with lightning law.
Yep.
Sorry. And hand over the rod of power.
I will tentatively put it in tight and shut the lid.
Seals away.
Also, probably best that you that in there, because last time we did the big council thing, had that box. Rumba pointed that the rod was in that box, so if anyone actually wants the rod,
They'll
look
just
in
steal.
the box.
Cool. I'm going to wear it really obviously. I'm going to put the box in a really obvious location.
Right. Oh god. Where's Eremos?
Yeah, where is Eremos? Because he hasn't been with you guys.
Is Eremos in the box?
Eremos, get out of the box.
No one's in the box.
It's in the box.
Was he? Did we? When have we last seen him?
Yous have wandered round Horizon quite a bit this day, remember? Getting things and such, and components and other such things for this spell. He didn't leave the palace at any point. So yous have lost track of him during that portion of your day?
I'll cast sending and I'll locate him and do him somewhere.
Where's the best place for you to do your transportation?
Probably where I have some space and some quiet.
So back in Receivers.
Or like your dorm room as well, right? Like that is like a big.
Oh yeah, we have a dorm room.
Yeah.
Let's
It's like it's probably like 12 or something beds that are like laid out with like, you know, a second layer on top of them. It probably sleeps like 24 students, but yeah, it's been cleared out
We've
for you
shoved
guys.
them all
Yeah.
back against the wall.
All right, let's try this out. Once we get up there, without letting him I making sense today? I feel like I'm not.
Right, this is probably just
Anybody
still
else?
buzzing from having made a spell. Like,
Oh, we need to get you like a t-shirt. My first spell.
I made my first spell.
Val. Ask me how I got this t-shirt.
it was my second spell, Spinel's Summoning Silk Shirt.
Oh.
It's made of spider silk.
Oh.
Spinel's Suddenly Shirt.
Then you just miss it.
Yeah, that's a Suddenly Shirtless. Yeah.
It's not quite anything
Great for
compared to what my
Zoom
father has ever done, but it's something. Something. Right, up to the room. I'm asking the god.
Right, so let's look at this. Let's categorize this, okay? Are you sending to Ermos, or are you going to go to, like, look for him? Because that seemed to get lost in the let's teleport from the room.
I'm gonna head up to the room. Do we pass him?
Nope.
You see him at all? No.
Remember, the palace is big. Like, it's
It
not
is big.
like...
Once
I know
we
it
get
sounds like
into-
there's only this one corridor we ever, like, talk about. But really,
There's
it's
an
like
elevator.
we redressed the set a lot, so it looks like it's a different part of the castle.
Once we get in the room, I'll just look to the rest of the party. For him, will I kind of prepare or?
They got a passive perception above 15.
Yes.
Okay, you see a note
Yes.
sat on the bedside table. Just a piece of parchment folded over. Serene, you walk over to it, you pick it up, you read it. It says, I am with Risira, and in a fancy shaped E.
He's with Basira, so no need for the sending. We'll just go get him.
Right, let's go. Let Rosero know. Let him know when time.
Yeah, probably best.
Shall we?
Let's go.
Yep.
Go and get.
Everybody packs up their
Eremos.
stuff and head, or you're leaving your stuff here. I assume these are all like,
Getting ready.
Yeah.
Taking my
Yeah,
shit.
taking the stuff.
cool. Right, you head up to Risira's office, and yeah, like, there is Ermos and Risira and Prisma.
Oh.
Yes.
Was Prisma there before?
No. Well, she has been
No,
there
no.
before. Yeah.
She's been in and out a few times.
Been like mega busy though, so we haven't
Yeah,
been able
we-
to see her.
We threw the information about the red at her, and then.
Yeah.
Lady.
And yeah, then like Risira like spots you as the three of them are pouring over like a, his desk, and then he like waves everybody over to come in. The like desk clerk guy that's always sat there kind of just like goes to acknowledge you all, and then as you are waved in, he just kind of like smiles and gestures in. Doesn't say a word, just acknowledges. Well, I guess my job's done. I feel like we named him one day, but I don't remember what it was. It's been in it a few times, but oh well. So, let's head into the room. Risira looks at everything and goes, you guys look like you are ready for the off, it seems. He just stares as if he was gonna say more and doesn't.
So we are heading to Serene.
Onwards.
Kind of like nods, and then like starts like tapping against his lip, is staring back down at the desk again, and then like Prisma like turns and acknowledges the group just with like a nod and looks back, and then like kind of continues her conversation with Risira. Seems like they're discussing like the movement of resources from Horizon, and Risira looks up and goes, do you know when you'll be back?
No.
When the job is done.
Like Prisma speaks and goes, what precisely is this job?
Just player agency moment. So we are going to go and
Ibiza.
save Horus.
We're hopefully going to figure out if Justoria is there and maybe get her back. And
We might
also
be there.
definitely, hopefully, save Serene's home that is
It's-
fire and ice.
It's on icy fire.
Mm.
So
Yeah, okay, so I'll just reply back. So what exactly is the job? Is that what you last said, Ryan?
Prisma said, what exactly is this job? Yep.
Returning the princess.
I think, like, everybody turns round and stares at you. And Rasira's like, you think you can recover her?
I just, yeah. And I'll just be like, I'll look to Maratis and just kind of like nod my head at him, just be like,
Same. Yeah. And Prisma kind of like nods at that and says, I wish you good fortune in that venture. If you have to decide between your lives and hers, do I want to know how you will answer that?
Whoa. Sorry, I don't understand that.
Yeah, so Prisma just asked, if you have to decide between your lives and hers, does she want to know the answer to that?
What does she mean by lines? I consider just story
No lines. No lines.
Lives.
Lives.
Lives! Right, fuck's sake, Scott.
Yep, don't worry, like, come back to us, Scott, yep. Try and stay lucid if possible.
Yeah, and I'll just be like that. It's like, some questions don't have answers until, the situation arises.
She kind of just, like, does, like, the slightest acknowledgement to that. Because she probably doesn't want to know the answer to that, right?
I don't even know I don't even think I could answer that. It's
Yeah.
like, see, unless that situation comes up, fucked if I know what's going to happen.
Rasira just looks awkwardly between, like, Prisma and then the group, and then it says, right, hurry back. It just awkwardly blurts that out, really, as if that seems like a good way to change the subject, I guess.
Irma? Iron just here.
Kind of like, seems to be like finger prodding on the desk, at the kind of parchment that seems to be laid out over the three of them, and then he turns around and says, my services have been requested by Rasira. I will be remaining here for the time being. If you require me, I'm sure you can get in touch. He kind of like nods to everybody, like, individually, like, just make sure, like, he makes eye contact with everybody specifically as well. To see, like, you can tell he's trying to gauge if anybody's gonna question that.
I'm not gonna can we get a read on if that's his own free?
You could insight.
Because he's been in situations.
Yeah.
I want to check he's making his own choices.
Look at us rolling for the first time officially.
Oh
God. At 9:52.
Hi, we had spells to craft, okay?
Hey!
Nice.
Yep.
That's not a bad first roll.
Not bad at all. You believe this is like, it almost feels like there's purpose to his words.
Okay.
Like, you could read into that saying maybe he feels needed.
Yeah. And we're also letting him, like,
Right?
we're not pushing back on that own choice.
Yeah.
So
But you could tell he was waiting to see what you were going to do. Given the conversation you had, obviously, in, like, Omen with him. Being like, yeah, how much of this is free will here? Or is it just free will until you disagree with me, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. But it does seem like him and Rasira and Prisma have been chatting a good bit. And then... do you get anything else to want to say to Eremos in that kind of, like, glancing kind of moment? If not, just, as I say, to complete his review and then just nod. Go back to the work that he's on. Anything? Also, yes, Fleabite in chat, or Alexander should say. I shouldn't call you by your Wednesday name. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. Yeah. double posted.
Oh no.
Eh. What's the harm in it? Maybe just mean it twice. So, nobody is what I'm gauging from the silence. Wants to talk to Eremos. Okay.
If he's happy doing what he's doing,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let him do
Then
it.
you are now awkwardly standing in this room with 3 people not paying attention to you. Yep.
Arathis is probably just
We
gonna
should-
turn
we
about
should
and
go.
go back
We
to
should-
the
yeah.
room to do the spell.
Okay,
And
so
he's probably a little bit freaked out. Like, oh no.
yeah, it's a big magic day.
Oh, it's too much.
Is there anything we can do to make you feel like? Can we give you?
Why don't you paste the
I'm
spell
gonna-
text?
We give you
I'm
a
going to put the
backdrop,
spell in,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
this
Okay.
is the
Cool.
spell.
Cool.
So
Amazing.
you just want to go down to the bit of the rolling the D100.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
how-
I also read the spell because it considered me. Yes.
How bad this could get.
hmm
There's so much stuff.
Long and short of it, Scott, we're rolling a D100 to see how well we
Yeah.
land this spell.
All of it.
It can be bad. I could land us inside a tree and it kills us
Yay!
instantly.
And you.
I could
Tree
land us
bar.
in the sky. I can
Uh,
land us under the earth. I can land us kind of
how,
close where we want to be.
Serene? How long have you been away from home? Is it more than 6 months?
Probably, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Probably have something of like from.
Yeah. It says it needs to be within the last 6 months.
And I can describe it really well.
Please do.
Um,
Hmm?
I mean,
there's
you were also like born there, you grew up there, like,
yeah,
do you know what I mean? You're infused with the magic of there. So you believe?
it's like hold on to me and it'll help. I don't know. I don't know.
Mm,
Help. I describe the smell of it because it's by a lake, so it's got that kind of like damp ground smell. Morning and then
Maris, you weren't pulled into the vision, weren't you? Not. You were too far away, I think.
I was too far away.
Yeah. So we've got description is what we're at so far, unless we can move that around because it needs to be the caster, I think, right? That this applies to, rather than.
Mm.
So let's see.
You haven't thing that can help me. I don't know.
Can I somehow use detect thoughts to like link them?
yeah. I've got like, but my spell focus is a ring that I carved from a yew tree, like the oldest yew tree in the forest. Don't know whether you can
Could definitely try, yeah.
use that to help. It's and it's from the forest. What else? What can I do? He says, can I speak with animals?
I'll let you use the focus if you give that over to Maratis, and Maratis spends
Yeah.
some time with it.
Mm-hmm.
It means, though, you'd
Like
need to
this.
spend time essentially unattuning Serene from it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I know she's not technically attuned to her focus, but you get what I mean by that, right? Because creating an arcane focus kind of, or like your druidic focus or whatever it is, it takes it roughly an hour, just the same as attuning, but you don't need, it's not like an attunement slot, but same kind of vibe. So you'd need to kind of essentially be taking like, you know, the sereneness out of the item to use that to, you know, borrow
Never mind that.
for the spell, right?
Does that mean on the other side that I'd need to spend an hour?
Yeah, exactly. Just getting back to it.
Who knows?
Yeah, but it means that you've got that kind of, you know, if you can hunker down and get the lay of the land for the next hour, as long as you don't need a spell in that time, and you're doing light activity,
Yeah.
you can reattune, as it were. But I'd like you to move to seen casually on the rolling table then,
I just dream of to hurt the person.
because it's scary.
It doesn't need to be scary.
It's spooky boo. That's what it is.
Because I was gonna maybe like either cast sleep in your hope you go to sleep, and then cast dream and let you shape it so you could show me it.
I mean,
But
that's
it hurts
cool.
you. It hurts her though. She takes 3d6 damage
Well, that's
when
fine,
she
don't worry
wakes
about
up, regardless of if I'm trying to harm her or not.
Is
it's
it
just
worth
hard.
it based on the mishaps of So 3d6 is
I'll
better than
take- I'll
3d10
take-
force
Well,
damage.
it does say that the messenger, which me, can shape the environment of the dream. So basically, can you lucid dream really good and try and control the dream when it's supposed to be me controlling it? I don't know. And I
That
can't
feels like a
cast
long
sleep
way
on
for a
anything.
shortcut, doesn't it, though? Yeah.
Mm.
I feel like you're probably in a better, like, the merging of the minds probably is a better angle if you have something that can do that. That is kind of what that spell does, it's just...
I know.
Yeah.
I don't have.
So
detect thoughts.
I have detect thoughts. Is there any way I could use it to connect? Can I like? Yeah, hack this.
I really hope no one that's watching this cares a lot about how the magic rules of D&D work, because we don't today.
Yeah.
That's okay. So, you're a sorcerer. You've got loads of sorcery points, right?
Yeah,
Bargain with
I'll
me.
spend a bunch of them.
What we got? Going to spend on this. I'm not going to tell you how successful it's going to be. I'm just going to leave that up to you.
I suppose what I could do is I don't have twin spell, but if I did have twin spell,
Sorry.
it would sort of be that where I'm casting it on two to try and like
No, that's what we're doing.
5.
That's the
I'll give you 5 sorcery points.
Okay. So, if you want to do that with 5 sorcery points, right? You can do that. I'm not going to tell you how successful or not. I'll just adjust the numbers on my side, and I'm explaining what
Cool.
happens.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
This has gone so well for me every other time I've tried it.
And remember, you can have given me all 13 if you'd wanted to.
I'm very tempted to do that, but I don't know what we're walking into.
Don't give all of it. Do not give all
Or
of it.
remember, what you're hoping for is to specify where you appear,
Yeah.
be-
Okay, I'm gonna.
which would be that old yew tree, ideally, right? If that's the focus you're using, being the ring she carved from it.
Okay, I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna give you 8. I'm gonna
Okay.
keep 5.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll mark that
It's
down.
just like last time where I just went all of my sorcery points and all of my spells and all of the things, and then we blew it. Yeah. And can I do it if I cast it at a higher level?
Sure. What spell slot you give
Cast
me
it.
as well?
I'll go up to 3rd.
Oh
I
my
just want
God.
things to work, Ryan.
Okay.
I'm
Yep.
I'm an
Okay,
all or
yep.
nothing kind of person.
Okay. Right.
Because there's 3 of us. 3rd seems to make sense.
Okay. Right. I'll bump us
That
up.
makes 100% sense.
I'll bump us up to
Yeah.
very familiar.
Oh, okay. That's very, very good. That's very good.
Okay.
Plus, use inspiration.
It's not a D20 rule.
Let's do it.
Come on,
anyway.
let us use inspiration on you to steal.
If every one of us give you our inspiration, will you let it do that?
Sure. Why not?
Everyone
Okay.
But
put
sadly,
that in.
Yeah.
but sadly,
100%.
I think I have inspiration burn.
is Adri actually here? Because I
I
see
don't
she's on mobile now.
No.
She'd have to agree, right?
Audrey.
Where are you?
Help. We
Oh,
all give
dear.
up the inspiration.
So
I don't have inspiration.
I'll buy you it right now. Give me
You
a
do.
second.
you
You
We all-
you got it at the beginning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Natalie
Oh,
bought
yeah, I
all.
bought it with the
Yeah.
bits. Everyone
Yeah.
else.
everything got
Okay,
it.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, let's inspire some bitches to roll dice well.
So again, though, we're down at Arya, so you maybe have to look at some other options then, right? But we're very familiar.
I will buy a spare inspiration.
Nope. Needs to be a team. Because you're all teleporting. Doesn't matter how many you got. So, is there anything else you're factoring in? So, Serene's giving her arcane focus to use as like an anchor, ultimately. Like a kind of
Okay.
beacon.
Let
We've
me
got
look.
your spell, obviously you're doing. We've got fucking detect thought, brain surgery happening. fucking hell.
I think it's definitely lightning based as well.
Yeah.
So it just looks terrible.
It's just
It
the
looks
it's
like
the
a
most like
forced lightning.
the Reanimator or something like that, like a proper
Yeah.
like old horror movie.
Mhm.
No. I love Frankenstein.
Oh wait, what kind of role is it she's doing?
It's a D100.
Does it not scale with anything, or
Like,
That's what we're doing.
tell us the
And
end
it's
part of
not
this
me that
sentence,
rolls
Scott.
it, it's Ryan that rolls it.
Tell us the end part of this sentence. What were you going with this, Scott?
I was looking at enhanced ability, but
No, it's not an ability check.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Can we hack stability?
If it goes, no.
I'm going to
Last
go
time
back
we tried
like
to hack
this.
things.
Okay, Serene, this is all on you. You have magic blood. Ratus is a wizard.
Oh, just take my blood.
Oh, I'm not
Oh.
sure how I'm gonna like.
Oh,
Part of me's like, do I just take a drop and drink it, and that makes me part of that?
No, it would.
And that makes it,
You try
like, what are we?
try a quart if you were looking to try that bullshit.
No, okay,
Oh,
you
God.
can't.
that's a
no,
lot.
That's too much blood. You can't have it.
Like, that
No,
is too
no.
much blood.
That's a lot.
Yeah, you need to like properly vamp it up if you wanted to try and use that as a bullshit blood magic. I'm open to blood magic, guys.
Vamp it up, right, Ryan. Vamp it up, indeed.
So
Nom, nom, nom.
so no blood magic then. Okay.
Well, I suppose, I mean, I'm trying to look at my spells. I was like, is there a blood exchange? Like,
I'm trying to
siphoning?
see if I have anything else like really linked to.
Oh, it's good though. I'm liking this. It's like, how do we just avoid all the consequences of all the spells we have?
Yeah.
By
it's fine.
creating our own new
yeah.
list of
There's no
consequences.
risk. It's fine.
Yep. At least I've signed up to these ones.
You've
I
all
made
seen
them.
The Fly, right? Like,
Oh god.
yeah.
Oh god. Suddenly, like, Serene's like, why are my nails so long? And Murata's, why am I like a foot fucking taller? This is not what I wanted.
Hey, tree!
Tree bar.
Treva!
Half
Don't
end
think that bark skin worked.
paladin. Yeah. There we go. Tree bar. Half end paladin.
That'd be a great tree.
Tree
Oh
bark.
god,
he'd be
could you
called,
imagine
though,
he
to be
turns
fair.
into gold though?
Mm.
He can still do the gold armor.
Yeah, just a golden tree.
like-
Yeah.
Fucking-
Beacon. Yes!
I'm glad we're having fun talking about the game at least. I'm really enjoying this
I'm
soft
trying to figure
insert,
this
yeah.
out. I know. I'm trying to look at all the spells that I can use to like.
Right, so let's take less than a minute to decide if we're adding anything else into this already jank thing. So
This is so jank. I'm in love.
let's hope Morass doesn't go the way of the eye.
Oh, no.
Oh,
Explodes.
Mm.
I think,
The
yeah,
thing-
yeah.
the
Maybe
thing
we
I,
stop.
I think I accidentally put in the thing.
You know you want it to be deliberate, yeah?
Guardian of Nature. Well, I could transform into a great tree and look like the tree you are trying to get to.
Okay. Even though I'm seeing it in your thoughts, I'm gonna get an
Yeah.
actual. I'm gonna get to feel the tree.
You can get
Hug the
feel
tree.
the
Hug the tree!
Alright, Thorax.
Do you know what's the scary or annoying thing? Is like if I just had learned the fucking like spell that makes you teleport between trees all throughout the world, I don't know what that would involve.
Oh, it is great.
Yeah.
That's it.
It's a great spell.
That's fucking so good. But I don't. I just have teleport. What's that one called?
It's like
Transport via plants.
Yeah.
Actually, this is probably not a great idea because if I'm a tree, how difficult it's going to be
To teleport you. Would you have to be a mini version of the tree, or would you just be
Still loved it.
No, I'm a great tree.
amazing?
A very large tree.
Emphasize this room does have a ceiling, darling. Maybe you shouldn't.
I won't turn into a tree.
Okay,
Don't
so
worry.
we've done
Oh.
we've done
We're-
we've done what we can. I think we've
Yeah,
done what we can.
yeah.
We've got it
I think
pretty
we've
good.
skewed the odds as much in our favour.
I'm enjoying just Alexander's banter in the chat as well. It's so
Fleabite, what would
good.
Fleabite do? Tell us.
not waste a spell
Oh,
slot.
don't ask him what Fleabite would do.
He wouldn't.
What would Fleabite do? What would Fleabite add apart from definitely not shiny things?
Nothing.
'Cause
He would
those
take. Okay, so
I
we
think
good.
that's it.
We good.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go home.
And the wonderful joy of the DM rolls a D100 and consults the table.
That's
Perfect.
happening.
So
I promise I will space that spell out when I get a chance, because fucking too much.
it's somebody else's problem, not mine. I always type in into the compendium to read them anyway, because I quite like the tea-dyed version of them. Because they generally have attempted to space them out somewhat, which is nice. Any psychic energy to throw in, yeah, like blacking out to a dragon. Yep. So I'm not gonna roll the D100. I'm gonna make Maratis roll it.
Okay.
So this is the roll. I'm just gonna lift my hands away. I want nothing more to do with it.
97.
Oh,
I don't know if that's good or bad. I think.
I don't know. It seems good. Big numbers are good. Normally.
I can't fucking tell this chart thing, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Do you want me to
read through
I'll send you a much easier to read chart, shall I?
Please.
Oh yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. There.
Oh, thank you.
It's just in the
Right.
compendium.
So very familiar.
So we're
target.
We're good.
Yeah.
Woo!
Oh.
Yeah. You had quite a good margin for safety based on everything you did. Yeah.
So
Always worth it.
97. Where's 97? Oh,
Very
on target.
familiar, Ontario. We're good. We're safe.
So
Yay!
now for all the factors I have to put in. Yep.
Oh.
No.
Yep. There's a lot. I will not use this spell a lot because fuck being the DM to this spell. It's so ridiculous.
I like it because it lets you go places you probably shouldn't, but it does come with the risk. I think that's fun as part of the game.
Mhm.
Like you shouldn't go here, but you can try. Wink.
You
know?
could do it, and you get it.
Yeah, but 97's a damn good roll for that, right? That's not bad going. Not bad going at all. And remember, you've got your unknown bonus from 8 sorcery points to the 3rd level blending spell.
My eyes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, I assume it's everybody plus Ruya. I assume
Yes.
that's going. I think this can take 8 creatures. I think.
Yes.
So yep, exactly, Arya, exactly. And yes, obviously, space and time snaps with the crack of a whip as you all leave the vicinity. Within horizon, by the way.
No.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit. How did we forget that?
Oh fuck off. No, wasn't it only Omen that you can? Oh no, wait.
No, you don't
Why
teleport
is
into Horizon.
Because it's a bunch
No,
of different
you-
pocket dimensions overlapping. And it's really, really bad.
Teleport into Horizon. You can teleport out of it.
In. True, we might be fine.
So, hey, you've been playing the game long enough that I'm not going to tell you everything you should remember. However, factoring in everything against you, and there's a minus 50 to the roll from Horizon alone.
Oh,
They're in the
Minus
palace. Yeah.
50. Shit.
Yes, from
Oh, we're
Horizon
still
alone.
okay.
Aye, that's only the one thing I'm willing to share, factor-wise. Not everything else
God.
that's playing in. You still make it.
This might be bleeding from his face though.
So, make it. The vibe that you get from the spell's success rate, if you will, Maras, is that you are probably somewhere between surprised and relieved at how well it went, despite what you now maybe when you land realize you tried to do, which is bust out of a bunch of pocket dimensions overlapping, which was silly. Yes. Perhaps.
I will not mention this to the party.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
think the
going to
problem
stay
is
quiet.
I think everybody else
We
feels it.
know too.
Yeah, like it's not a pleasant journey, it's quite a violent journey. I need everyone to make me dex saves, please. This is a DC 15 dex save.
Oh.
Pop
Yep, bleeding from my
There we
face.
go. Yep.
Nicely done, Serene.
I'm very dead.
Oh.
That work.
Yes, it will
Closer.
work. Yeah, your thing will work
Yay.
because
Are we plus? What are we plus?
We are +2.
Oh, hey, that gets me to 15.
I'm screwed.
So,
I'm
Arya, are you going to
right.
use a luck point? Yep. Perfect, we're on the same page.
Oh shit! Sorry, did not mean to roll with advantage there.
It's okay, the 18's fine anyway.
It makes sense that I'm the only one that gets screwed over for this.
Arya, going to use another luck point?
Okay.
Okay.
Forget you also.
That's true.
Yay!
So Arya has one luck point left. We know that much. When the warping of a bunch of various realities, right? When you all start to like snap out from the actual like dorm room itself, you feel like see if you're covered like say like a really really weighted duvet, right? And then you're like trying to like pull that off you, but it's like for some reason you seem to almost like be leaning on the sides of it and stuff like that, and you're trying to like free yourself, and the claustrophobia is setting in, and you're trying to like unravel yourself that way. You all have that kind of sensation as you are trying to like push through layers of realities overlapping each other, as the spell has to do a lot of work to break free of Horizon's bubbles, as it were. By all means, the amount of work you have added to this spell is probably the only reason why you didn't get volleyed around Horizon in bits. Yeah.
It could have been a complete TPK.
It would have tried to put yous into each individual zone within Horizon.
Oh, God.
Time.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So even if like it's slow motion, or we just look like, ah!
Yeah, it's
We're in Horizon.
maybe like see like that Doctor Strange scene where he's like volleyed through like a bunch of, like she's trying to expand his mind, so he just gets sat in the chair and volleyed through a bunch of special effects. Like so their special effects budget for the year's blown in this scene, as the season opener, and then you all violently get deposited in a tree. A very, very large kind of, tree. You just all get volleyed into it, varying degrees and speeds. Those of you who did not make your dex saves, I think it is only one.
Ow.
Yep.
You get it.
It is only one. You take 2d10 damage, which is bludgeoning, if it needs to matter. Feel free to roll that for me. I'll let you do that roll for you, and then everybody else takes half of this.
Oh, come on, I rolled a 10.
Yeah, but and a 2. It's alright.
It's fine.
So everybody else gets 6 bludgeoning.
6.
And Marias gets 12. And it's you guys have managed to like grab onto branches or hit into like parts of the tree that, didn't, completely like, wrap you around themselves. And Marias were slightly less graceful. But that probably makes sense perfectly.
Yeah.
Because you
That's
were
why I didn't use my inspiration. I'm like, no, this adds up. This adds up.
Well, you were thinking of trees.
People wonder why I hate the surface.
I think that was maybe just like curled up on the floor. Like maybe
He's like probably like hanging off a branch, like almost on the ground, but not quite there.
I like there's a really low branch though,
I'd
that
like
if
to
you'd stretched
think-
it, it'd reach the ground.
Yeah. If he reaches out his claws, they'll scratch the ground.
What was that, Arya?
I'd like to think that as we kind of like almost land, that Rhea kind of like holds onto the branch like upside down, and then she realizes which way is up, which way is down,
Yeah.
and then kind of rightens herself as if nothing ever happened.
100%.
I'm making a mental note to never do that out of Horizon again.
Oh yeah, we should have remembered the horizon thing.
We should have. We
The speech
I-
bubble
I
appears
feel-
above Maritz's head, and it's like, Professor Oak style Rasira going, "Now it's not the time or place to do this."
He
Oh,
waves
no,
that
did-
away. Give us his
Did
waves
we-
that away. Go away.
Did we break another city?
Oh, I highly doubt that. I think he just tried to break our bones.
Oh,
And everybody feels
My
cold
head.
all of a sudden.
oh.
Like they realize like the residual energy from the spell is like dissipated. Like the heat from, moving from indoors to a very, very cold environment. And then you just look around and you realize the surrounding part of the tree has like no snow or anything on it. But if you look just slightly beyond that, like 50 feet or so, there is like the place looks like it's winter.
Sorry, darling. That
No, that's not normal.
okay.
Probably always spring-like here.
Lovely little summer glade.
Why does Crumbar fear Burr?
Can we check on Crumbar?
Crumbar is Burr Bar.
Isn't this stupid?
Crumbar!
Where'd the third person come from?
Too hard.
Oh dear.
Oh.
We should go. Get down the tree.
Everybody with a passive perception of 1 or higher hears a
Huh?
mighty dragon roar off in the
Oh,
distance.
Ouch.
They
Oh
sound like
no.
they're fighting.
One dragon? Just one dragon?
Gonna roll? Try and
Yeah.
peer into the night with your ears?
Mm-hmm.
Go for it.
God, what dragons are
Perception, I assume.
fighting?
Yeah, perception.
Yeah, perception. Yep. Hey! So,
Nice.
hey! So, you listen out. You can hear, it sounds like somewhere between 1 and 5 different battle cries. You're not exactly sure at this range. It's off into the deep dark. Most of those noises sound draconic, though.
There's between 1 and 5 dragons. That way.
Oh,
Fighting with.
sorry, I just remembered that the White sent dragons here, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god.
What kind of dragons were they, Scott?
The Cold Boys,
Yep. And what is this place?
a forest,
Which
They-
is
not
Covered
cold.
in ice.
is cold.
It's very, very icy. It's cold.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We do know where all the icy boys are. It gets cold.
Yeah.
That Petrovangis's room there was mighty cold when it was full of little
Very
and
air
bigger.
conditioned, yeah.
in all sizes.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like, people that never had air conditioning and they think that it needs to go on high.
It's,
Like the highest you can put it on.
for Serene as well, about 10 or so dragons left that chamber.
Yeah.
When you made that arrangement with Candir. So yeah. Beyond that, there are other noises out there that do not sound draconic. But beyond that, it is hard to tell. But
Okay.
Maratis doesn't sound like he's too wrong. Assuming it's a conflict. It is also nighttime. I think I said that. If I didn't, it's nighttime.
It is nighttime. Can we see fire? Is there any
From where you are,
fire?
no. Your vision goes out so far, and then it stops.
It's just
Yeah.
too dark. I don't have dark vision.
Tis dark, but that does mean there's no
Curiosity.
glowing. There's no glowing
Yeah,
fires or
there's-
huge
yeah, there's
forest
no big
fires
fire.
that you can see yet. Sorry, Arya, go for it.
Just out of curiosity, people that know Draconic, what does that mean? They'd be able to understand what the dragons are roaring about, or is Draconic and dragon?
No, that's fine. That's a valid
I don't
question.
have Draconic, but I wasn't sure whether to.
No, it's good. It's a good thing to bring
read
up.
that as a question.
Serene, do you have Draconic?
No, I do not.
Then that remains a mystery, sadly, as to whether or not that was translatable. Since it was only Serene that had like the wherewithal to like peer into the roaring in the distance.
Fair enough.
But that's a good thing. Like that's a good question. If it comes
Yeah,
up
maybe
again,
when we get closer.
Yeah.
That's good because
We can
in
try.
my head it sounded like a stupid question, but I was
No,
like,
it's a really good question. It's the type of one I would hope to ask as well, personally. So that's good. This thing as well. It's now up to you whether you decide to head towards that noise or towards where Serene probably assumes the voice came from. Right, Serene? So you know it came from like the location of the first, or the assumed location of the first hellhole, right?
Yeah, the kind of outskirts of the
Like kind of the marsh, essentially.
marshy bit, yeah.
Yeah. So
Which
if we're
is
on,
south.
yeah, so like if we're on the map, right? If the tree is like, let's say the tree is like the center, the Cairn Woods, then the marsh is like all the way like down that area, and these roars came from like away.
Did the roars come from where the like center of the village would be or anything?
Yous are kind of where the center of the village would be. Like, so this is
Yeah,
the central part of like the Cairnwood like village part, like the settlement would be the tree is where everything was built around, right? And then on the outskirts of that, everything was built around that, and then beyond that, like it got less and less and less, right, as it went out. And as I said, all the way to the south, to the like past the forest, the dead forest, and then the marshes, you've got the, as I said, the part where all the demons seem to come from initially. But this tree is where the Green Knight, as it were, would have slept initially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we either go and see if we can get some dragon friends. They are dragon friends. To help, or we just go straight to the.
And they are essentially in two different directions.
Yeah.
So you can go like northwest to go look at dragons fighting something, or go southeast, I guess, to try and explore the direction where Serene thinks the voice came from. It's nighttime, it's cold, Moratis has an ouchie, and I think Isla's like sorcery-wise half burnt out of points alone though, but
Hello?
spells full.
What the
So yeah, Scott's audio is broken. So
There it goes.
hello?
welcome back.
Hello.
I think it might be a good idea to have a nap.
Potentially.
Wait, is there
nighttime.
evidence of a village?
It would be
Oh.
quite a distance from the tree. The tree's quite isolated in the centre
Okay.
because the village didn't build near the dragon, right?
Right,
The village
that
was
makes
built
sense.
around the dragon as like a kind
Tree,
of mutual
okay.
understanding, right? And the dragon slept where the tree is.
Okay.
I will take this time to cast Prestidigitation on the three ladies to heat them up, keep them warm.
Okay, you got an hour of toastiness.
And I'll
Yay.
just keep procking that.
I love
And-
toast.
I mean, I'm sure we can make a fire.
We've got torches.
As much
I
as
have
that would.
resistance to cold damage, if that's a worry.
Oh,
but,
nice.
and then he will also cast Dancing Lights. That if I can, I'm not sure if I'll be able to because it talks about actions and stuff. If I can get them to just try and stick with, was it Eucedine that don't have dark vision?
I don't have dark vision, but I can
No.
produce flame, so I can.
No, Moratis just kind of waves his fingers, and what looks like 4 little, they're called Poodle Moths. They are the cutest things in the world, just flutter out, and they are just emitting light, dancing around you. I can see. like that because fluffy.
I love how like
Aw.
Bella's just desperate to use these
Fluffy.
torches she's carrying around, though it sounds like.
No, it's fucking torches. Fire! Oh.
Oh,
They're poodle moths. They're fluffy. They're so fluffy. But that's what they look like. Flutter and give off that a lovely soft kind of like pale white light. No color in it, and they're just gonna kind of dance around you. Just follow
You.
you.
Yeah. They're very sweet.
Which sadly means Maris needs to be in earshot and move the dancing lights for you and pretend the moths are doing them. But the sentiment's the same.
Shut up! I couldn't learn now.
Aye, deception
knew I
checks
had
and
to
insight
control
checks
them.
are fair, okay?
I think they're real moths.
Right, what is your plan now that you have landed? It's going to go south towards where you think the voice of Justoria maybe came from, or north towards dragon fights.
Is there anywhere that we could make camp down to?
There's things close-ish by just before the marshes kind of start. There's not much around there, but there's probably something not too far off.
I get her. And can't help these.
Anybody else?
It is what we came to do.
And I suppose if everyone agrees,
Oh,
I'll lead
So
people
conflicted.
that way, and kind of as we're getting further out towards where the marshes are, maybe we pass by. Like, does it pass by any of the village?
Yeah, so like the village is built around the tree and like not like
so
a
it's like a donut.
yeah, like basically yeah. And it is like a reasonably sized village, so you will have to pass through some kind of structures and like civilization for the Cairnwood people. So yeah, it will be in like various states.
What sort of distances are we talking about?
So the marshes, based on the terrain you need to get through, are probably a day away if you use like gun it. Like you would need to push like to do it, but you could get there within the day, if that makes sense. So probably just as it's getting dark. No, like let me finish the like you could get there just before it gets dark the next day, because it's nighttime now. So if you kept going, you get to the marsh, but to get to the villages, like maybe a couple hours. Yeah.
Okay, so why not fly to the village if need be and see what the situation is there, and then return and maybe go the other way if needed.
It's hard to get in and out of the forest from above. The Cairnwood's very thick. Yeah.
Some kind of giant spider. We're giant spiders.
I mean, I could produce giant spiders.
Yeah, I can be a giant spider, and then we could just like skull.
I do like being a giant spider.
It's great fun.
But
you
could, like for example, the eagle idea that you've done before. It can be done. It would just slow you down because you wouldn't be able to keep track of the ground because of the canopy. But you would be able to get in and out of it. It would just be awkward. But it can be done. But the Spider-Man idea is probably easier.
Spider-Man. Spider-Man.
Oh, right. I think I know what was he? Spider.
I was a spider before.
Of course you were.
And we were spiders.
Remember that time he's rode the white?
I was missing Miratus instantly gets sad that he remembers that.
Yeah, same. And so I just turned into a giant spider.
Okay.
I realised I could tell you're
I'm off.
like that.
I'm more
Fair enough.
blue. I'm
A
like a
minute.
sad blue. A sad blue spider.
Only up
I
for
was
an
going to
hour.
input a gif of a peacock blue spider, but then I'm like, arachnophobes might not want to look like that, so like,
Yeah.
Mm.
but there is like peacock blue spiders that I can just that's why
Yeah.
I see eyelads. Rassus is just a big black widow
I'm
not
looking spider, but it's not a
quite-
big widow.
Oh, they're cute. I didn't expect them to be cute.
They are.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do not want one anywhere near me. Like, if I'm ever near one, I want there to be glass
They're very
between the two of
fluffy.
us.
I can
So-
find all
They're
the
so fluffy.
Back in
Look
this
up the
game,
electric
though,
blue peacock
you
tarantula.
have one
Okay.
spider.
Okay, I will to polymorph into spider.
Okay.
Giant spider.
Okay. Who's riding who?
Why am I doing it twice though? No. Who's probably sizably bigger than Ayla. Just like hello.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. Again, it would have
Not
made
as
way more
fluffy
sense.
though.
It would have made way more sense for someone else to be a spider, but I'm sad and I want to
Yeah.
be a spider, so
Yeah,
fuck
it
that.
makes you feel better.
I don't think you take
I
on
mean,
the
if you
emotional
saw the
state
one
of the
I
other. Was it Arya?
do we have arachnophobes? Shall I share?
I don't think I don't know if
I
Em's
don't mind
arachnophobe here.
spiders. I'm cool for
But what's happening in the game, though? Please, let's keep on the ball, shall we? Or on the spider.
I was just saying that this one you might actually find in a very dense jungle. So part of me was like, oh, this one would actually fit.
It's very pretty.
Mm.
So,
I'm
two spiders
who
now.
wants to ride Spider Me?
Okay.
Who's carrying who?
Can spiders carry more than one or two people? Otherwise, we're a bit.
don't know. I think-
Otherwise, we need another spider.
Hang on, let me check a giant spider's like strength.
Yeah, it's one person each, I'd say. It's only got a strength of 14.
Can you also make a spider? Is it going to let you ride it, Arya, if you make a spider?
But who then take? Oh no, you know.
There's only 5 of you. Yeah.
There's only
Yeah.
yeah.
So if Arya is also a spider, Serene can be on one of us, Cromwell can be on the other, and we're all good.
You have a
He's
spare
good to
spider.
go.
Yeah, if you meet somebody.
Whoever is on Serene
No,
needs to be
wait.
leading the pack.
Okay.
That's the only thing.
Oh.
She knows.
Cool.
Whoever Serene is on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that way around.
Not whoever's on. I love the idea that Serene just gets like, you know, like
I'm just
a carry
Piggyback.
code and yeah, piggyback in
No.
this spider.
a giant spider.
Yeah. No thanks. Oh dear. So anyway,
I
Yeah.
can take Serene
Okay,
if Serene would like to be on the sad
Sure.
blue spider.
sure.
I'd like to emphasize you're about to ride up into your hometown on the back of a giant spider. With
We'll maybe
you-
stop being spiders before we get into her hometown.
Fine. There's spiders all over the place. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Not
We
we
love
love
spiders.
giant ones, but it's
I
fine.
will carry Crumbar.
Done.
Arya, how do you want to do this? Do you want to polymorph into one? Do you want to wild shape into one? Like, what's the plan?
I mean, the plan initially was to maybe make Crumbar into one, but
You could do it that way if you wanted it as well.
wanted.
It's entirely
Yeah.
up to you.
Big golden armored spider.
We have lost Crumbar, it seems.
Yeah, he's
Yes,
crashed.
I
so
know.
he's too tired.
sleepy boy. I'm not far behind him, but hey, I can't go to sleep anyway. There's a party in the other room.
So you want to polymorph him then? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. And then we can have him carry you. Perfect. Pop that in for me. And you've
Yep.
cast that. Make sure everybody's marking off your spell slots as you need to.
On,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep, the bhutan.
Of course.
Excellent.
Are we? Does this reduce our travel time, or are we doing this twice to get all the way to the village?
That depends on the next roll. It's
Okay.
going to be from
Cool.
our tracker and our guide, Serene.
Oh, that's me.
Do you want to give us a survival with advantage, my dear?
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Advantage.
Hey! Based on guidance and such, you'll get because the terrain isn't going to count as difficult terrain because spiders can climb over it with their climb speeds and their big long legs. You're going to be able to do this in you'll probably end up like maybe have to do the last like 5 minutes on foot to get to the village itself, but it's probably a good thing, right?
Yeah, that's perfect timing.
Yeah, like you'll probably like all just magically dismount by the time you're about, as I said, 5 minutes away. So a reasonable enough distance away that you should be able to get sight of things before the spell ends anyway, or like at least hear things, if there was commotion or whatever. But yeah, and as I said, the DC on this was pretty low because it's Serene's home turf, so pretty easy stuff. So you do well. Start traveling. He's all mount up. Some kind of Western style travel music starts playing because apparently that's what we do now. We all just mount up on cool animals now and travel. Going to go off into the, I guess the moonset. Yeah, then use start to approach. Obviously, where would you take them? I guess like the most direct route or the more familiar route for you, Serene, when it comes to like, would you go to like where you lived in the donut, as it were, or would you go like the part of the donut that's going to intersect with a direction to the marsh?
I'd go the direct route because we need to get there.
Okay. Perfect. Every day with a passive perception over 15, right? Or 15 or over, that is. 15 or over. Use Hear Commotion off in the distance. The spells are about to end anyway, right, for your spiders. And can all of you roll a Arcana or History?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, they're the same. And they're not good. Oh.
Hey!
Oh.
Okay, it's Maratis'
I mean,
time to
very
carry. Same
predictable,
with
but
Isla.
still. It's
Right.
nice.
So, Isla and Maratis, you recognize infernal chanting and like war cries. There are clearly demons here.
No.
And that's where we end the session.
Oh
No.
god.
Oh!
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes. So, what would you like to call the session?
Oh.
Spinel's first spell. Homecoming's good as well.
Spells. Like that.
Spellmaking 101's not bad either. Yep. I'm having the same thought there.
Yeah, me and you took that brain cell again.
Teleporting, not even once. Or teleportation for idiots.
Not even one. Idiots. We're just dummies.
It was so
And
bad. It was so
Somehow
bad.
works even better.
So hung up on like, how can we like make the spell work? And then it's like, oh wait.
Step outside horizon. That's step one.
Oh.
Step one.
I can't believe it in -15 we still.
Yeah, you still made it. It was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
Yes, feel free
Oh.
to suggest and vote. Friendos, suggest and vote. If nothing else, I've laughed a lot this session, so that's fun.
It's been pretty hilarious.
True.
And things have went reasonably well, actually. Right?
Yeah, we got out of Horizon, which I
Like,
feel was the
yeah.
main aim.
A 97's pretty damn impressive on a D100.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, hypothetically, if I'd rolled it. Whoa.
Oh.
And then you minus what?
Yeah, a lot.
We dead.
50
We
plus.
did.
Yeah, we dead.
We did.
We dead.
Oh no.
You all just swap
Thank
places
you.
where you are and then they're inside out.
Ooh.
That's so upsetting.
Right.
Oh my god.
And it happens in that
cannot believe
order.
we forgot. Oh,
I know, I was sat there the whole
so-
time being like,
oh.
just don't tell them. Just don't tell them. Nope. They've heard every single time you've tried, I've always reminded you. Yeah. Yep.
We've just had a teleportation fuck up as well.
I know.
We lost 2 weeks. Shit happened. You'd think.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Right, votes
Oh,
people on
such-
that. We've got one for Homecoming so far. Also consult the chart to make sure that isn't already used. I don't think it is. I think that's used in my Monday game, but not this one, I don't believe. But I have got excited about session titles before.
Mhm.
Burn After Reading comes to mind.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Any other votes though? I'm gonna shamelessly vote for myself. Yep.
No, it's a tooth, but it's a tooth.
Yeah, close enough.
I like that one too.
Yeah.
I really like Homecoming as well.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Scott would like his one, which was someone carry Crumbar, please lol.
Yeah, I just made him into a spider so he can carry me.
Yeah, it's a good.
Lols.
That's good.
Someone
It works.
carry Crumbar.
Carry Crumbar would be
Mhm.
quite good.
Excuse me. So I think that means Spinel's first spell is.
Like it.
Excuse me. Right. Goals. So, get a new Eye of Janus. No. Locate GGW.
No.
Not yet. Check in with the Astral Hammer. Nope. Retrieve Kinder's body. Nope. Prevent the body retrieval from causing a situation. It's kind of ongoing until that fails. Check in on Justoria. Kind of in the works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're on our way.
Yep. Get party to Ashen Waste safely. I mean, well, look how that went, right? What could possibly go wrong
Hey.
now?
We've done a test. We're not teleporting out of Horizon next time. Probably
Yeah.
going to go fine.
And we've got Serac Santa Cora for Leeds and GW. And then
I'll fix
I
it.
forgot. No, don't fix it. Don't fix it.
and then we've got
Okay.
It's the best fix.
yeah,
Fix
I like it. It's just
Okay.
could be like a character name eventually.
Sorry,
Serac.
I can't help it.
It's okay.
I see grammar, I fix grammar.
Ascertain the current nature of Justoria. Is she still a demon or returned to human form? Again, there's not really a challenge to that particular goal. It's kind of like looking and going, is it human looking or is it demon looking? Like, so
I
we-
just fear the fact that if we see her and she is demon looking, that'll be the last thing I see.
well, why don't we as a group right now very quickly workshop a goal for Moratis? Because that definitely
Ooh.
is a bit too, like, you turn up and then get told the answer and you don't really participate in the journey. So, what is the, what are we thinking? So,
Do you want something Justoria related?
I don't know. I mean,
More
this is your
specific,
home,
or-
and it might be getting the whatever the fuck is going on in your home out of your home, because demons were not on the menu.
No,
I was told Fae and dragons.
Mm.
There would have been a couple of little demons around. But
I like that Serene eventually goes,
There's
well, yeah, there's, like everyday demons, like everybody has.
Right?
Yeah.
Nobody has everyday demons,
Hello,
Serene.
like
we
like
do.
the little ones that no one worries about. Like it's
Yeah.
fine. Everyone has them.
Yeah, it's fine.
Raz is now like fucking side-eyeing your little pixie friend real hard. Like, I am
not
not
a
sure of the
friend.
nature of this creature.
She
It's not
went
a
to
friend.
hell,
I hate it.
remember?
Hate that bitch.
Oh no.
Um,
So
She's
is it
come
Fae or
back.
is it actually an inferno because it's been from hell? Oh god, it's both. We've got both going.
Oh.
just
Just killed the two scholars were the ones picked up going, that's demons.
yeah.
I speak that.
I speak abyssal and infernal, so I imagine that. What did you say they were speaking?
Infernal.
Infernal.
Yeah.
I said infernal. No, I actually don't speak infernal. It's primordial and abyssal I speak, but I imagine they're kind of close. So it's like, you know Spanish when they're speaking Portuguese. You're like.
That's
I
why there was
kinda
no
get what's
arcana or
going on
history
here.
check. It was a, can you recognise this because you've
Yeah.
heard it before? Like, I can't speak fluent
Yeah.
French, but I think I'd recognise it if I heard it.
Right,
So,
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pick up a word or two.
Is this the first time we've heard Infernal before?
a lot.
I
Yeah, that's fine.
I can understand.
You can speak it as well. Yeah, because we've chatted about that. That's come up. And
Yeah.
It was in the book. It was in the
Guys.
book.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're sorted for Inferno.
I think most of us. Yeah.
I can just cast comprehend languages and be
Speak
like,
it.
I can do this.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
No. We creeped out a lot of people when Crumbar was teaching me Infernal because it sounds like weird crackling.
Yeah, it's like
And
fire
the
crackling.
entire journey of me learning Infernal really scared a few people off that might have
They
been
kept doing
around
it
us
in
while we were
public
practicing.
places. Yeah. And
Oh.
speaking it comes with a
it's that
certain
sort of
aura
thing.
of dread. You're a bit like Gandalf
And it's what I
talking down to
use to
people.
speak to my thingy, my
It's almost got like built-in
fire
dramaturgy.
thingy and my bow.
So, but none of these are
Best
goals for Moratis, though.
No.
Yes.
What are we thinking, guys?
So there's a lot about Justoria on the board already. So what is the next step? And visit Serac Santa Cora.
Always.
Oh, this makes me so happy.
I think Moranis would want to try and do something for Serena in the sense of either making sure her family, direct family, or otherwise are safe. Trying to see if we can help the white dragons that are here.
Okay.
But that's a lot.
Yeah, maybe something about
Yeah. So you could put in like
dragons.
meaningfully help or aid the white dragons, right? You could do that. The assumption is these were white.
I was cold. I felt so safe.
Yeah, like it's
And then-
there's a reasonable assumption to be made, right? Like Serene knows white dragons are here. This place seems to have been covered in a sudden winter, and yeah, at least fits the numbers roughly of what Serene is aware of. But just want to make sure you own the assumptions. That's all. Yep. That is something you could put in. At least that way, it's a wee bit of a different direction from overlapping
It
goals
gives
and
us
such.
a next step post Justoria. Bless, still isn't Santa Cora.
So of Candir just being like, I can't see any more white dragons die, please no.
Fair.
Yeah. No more.
It's a good one for Moratis to champion the goal of, right? Like it's interesting from development wise for characters and such. So that is quite cool. I'll let you finish typing that up, and we'll move on to wrap up chat. For that is.
An emoji, goddammit.
I mean, you don't. You could just hit enter and then live with your life, but like that.
There's a green dragon.
There we
Which
go.
we're in the green dragon place.
There we go.
So,
Snowflake dragon.
Guys, I freaking choked on a little bit of cake. I need to find a crate. I need to find a dragon.
we've been trying to find a dragon for the whole game.
If I ever die during D&D, it's gonna be you guys' fault. Just saying.
What a way to
Found the
go!
dragon. Which one? There's a fucking list that we're trying to find.
So,
Shiny or no?
Arya, why don't you start us off with wrap up chat as our longest serving, still awake member?
Brava.
I'm not sure about that last one. But what I can say is I'm definitely happy that we're back.
Yeah, me too.
On the road. Sorry. And that after a lot of intense celebration, we managed to make it to
Out of Horizon, that was my
the other
only
side.
stipulation. Yep.
Exactly, especially given that getting out of Horizon was hard mode to begin with via magic. So you could say that we've had blind luck, even though we had to hug a tree in the process.
Yeah.
And,
Hug a tree, consider blood magic. Yep.
Yeah, that sort of thing.
Yeah, casual.
And now, obviously, we're hearing Inferno, which is never a good sign. So it's gonna be a case of oh shit, what fresh hell is this?
Yeah.
And I'm
Fresh
both
Hell is such a
looking
good
forward and
title
not
for the
looking
session.
forward.
Fresh because of the cold, hell because of the demons. Damn.
It might work for next session.
Yeah, what fresh hell is this? Somebody type that in chat.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Perfect. Please continue, Arya.
Yeah. And now I'm like, okay, we're here. We're in trouble. It's all going bad from here, and I don't know. I don't know if we can make some sort of weird yelly thing that the dragons would hear and they would come. I don't think so. And why are the dragons there and not here? Why is there 5 of them? I'm guessing because of whatever we're just hearing talking in Infernal. So I'm a bit freaked out about next week, not gonna lie.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Oh dear. But yes, it was definitely
Yeah.
excellent. Anything else, my dear?
I don't know. Brain is partly offline, I'm sorry.
That's okay. That was purely just my polite way of saying, am I able to move on without feeling like I've cut you off? That's why I say that.
Yep.
Yeah. Because I hate it when I go, okay, thanks, and you, and then somebody else keeps talking and I go, they were just thinking. So, Isla.
Good one.
Oh, it's so good to be back.
Yeah.
Lots of fun. I always enjoy magic bullshitness. Really enjoy trying to break spells.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I like it when people go, see this spell that works this very specific way. What if it didn't?
What if it did this instead? Like, would that be a thing? Mm-hmm. But then what's the point of being a sorcerer if you can't do that?
What's the point of being anything in this game if you can't do stuff like that, right? Like, that's, yeah.
Like, get about.
We're not book learners. We just go, it sort of works like this. I guess I'll try this.
Yeah, and like wizards had to come up with spells at some point, right? So, yeah. Seems fine to me.
They get to say what it does. Yes, very excited we're in Serene's home. Super, super cool. Like seeing where people came from.
Very cool.
That's always fun in a world. Very cool. The most cool, you might say. Yeah, interested to see where this is going.
Good. Yes. Anything else, Mia?
Yes. Nope, that's me.
Moratis.
I am so happy we are back. I have missed all of your wonderful faces and voices so much. Fucking therapy. I love it. So good. That was so fun. First half of that was just a lot for the brain though. Like how does spell? I'm not sure.
Yep. Wizarding 101. Yep.
Wizarding 101. Just put it all in a bucket. Mm-hmm. Mix it and then pour it on your head. Then wear the bucket.
So it was at least minus 26, remember. That was only the modifier I voiced.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean... Okay, so they're no longer particles, they're like atomized.
As I described, you'd all just swap places, then just turn inside out.
I think any less than a minus 25, they just cease.
No, I've described what would happen if I had got my roll. That's what would have happened. It would have been very weird, or like with a popping sound, and that would have been it. And then eventually somebody would have came with a mop.
Henry Hoover just like
yeah.
No, that was so much fun getting straight back into this, and I will remember because I was so scared about teleporting in general that I totally forgot we were in Horizon. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's easier. It's an easier one to forget because of the focus that was on obviously Omen.
It was just like Omen's a no.
And it's just like Omen is specifically guarded against teleporting. Horizon's just been built up and built up and built up that much that it's just now a bad idea to teleport in and out. You just don't do it because it's just sensible not to. The thing that made Scott maybe not think of it though is because I can get in and out. That's why.
Of course. The Iogenus is like, I am too.
I still think we teleported. Oh no, we teleported out. I still think we went to the gate bit when arriving.
You did, like, so what the plan is, you leave any of the pocket zones, you go through the gates, and you went to the harbour. The harbour is a physical place in the world.
Yeah, it's tangible.
Same as, like, see Charisma's bar, the Maiden Voyage.
Yeah.
Like, that's all a real building. Everything else is built inside pocket dimensions that are all stuck together with magic duct tape.
Magic glue.
which is why all the gates like connect all the different like zones together, and you go between them. That's the way they've organised it. It's a mess, but that's how the wizards like it, because it means nobody can just attack them. So, yeah, horizons never fail. Put it that way.
Can you fall? Everything's going fucking upwards.
Yeah, pretty much. That's the reason.
It don't make sense.
We only
to me.
add gravity on
Hey.
Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays and Thursdays, and sometimes on Saturday afternoon.
Ratus, anything else with your?
Looking forward to Serene's home. Hopefully we can make sure it's still standing for her at the end of this. I'm so worried for you, sweetheart, but we will protect. We are your protection squad. Keep that in mind. We are your friends. Safe day. I love yous all. Stay safe in game in IRL. Mwah.
Serene.
Aww.
I did really enjoy spell making.
Nice.
That was really fun.
Yeah.
And just I don't know what was the first half, guys. What were we doing?
Warming up, I think, is the term.
Fine.
I liked all the geese. That's good.
Yeah, me
Hope they
too.
Come back.
I promise to have 1,000 platinum for a fireproof goose. Pans.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. Get. It's going to be really interesting seeing what the Kenwoods are like. And what's left of them.
Yep. Will be interesting.
It's going to be fine. Right.
Sure. Yeah, I'll make that promise now.
Right.
I can't make that
Trees
promise.
grow
I'm sorry.
back. Trees go back. Trees grow back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
I think so. It'll be exciting. Plus, may or may not be worthwhile looking up all of your abilities for next week. May or may not be worthwhile looking at.
Oh no.
Like remembering that you click on your token before you hit roll initiative.
Oh.
Just-
So knowing how to use Roll20. Oh.
Like
Interesting.
remember you have to learn how to roll 20 for 2 people. If I was
Oh no. Oh.
interface
Sorry.
fails.
Hey.
And you can still
Maybe I can
share that
steal a
around.
computer from school.
Acquire.
I was gonna
Not
say
steal.
Okay,
yeah,
true,
legally
true.
acquire.
Borrow.
Yes.
Borrow.
Yes, just for
A row.
for legal reasons, this channel does not support
borrow.
theft.
That's why no one plays Rogue.
Exactly.
True. True.
Anything else, Serene?
No.
You might get a chance to use your sweet mall though. It's gonna be
Oh
exciting.
my god, my sweet mall.
Susie Mall.
Yes.
It's gonna be good.
Very exciting.
I'm excited. Yeah, me too. Yep. That's if combat happens next week. It might not, but it would be worth learning, just in the interim.
Cool.
Beyond that, luckily these aren't too expended as a party, right? Like a couple of spell slots here and there, and that's about it. Not too much, really. So that's reasonable. You still got a bit of bang left in you as a team. But we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to see a bit more of the Cairnwoods as well myself. It's been something we've spoke about for a bit since Serene's joined. Quite a bit. Obviously there's been quite a lot of references to it and the ties to the white dragons and such. And now this mysterious voice from the marsh. So yeah, I'm excited. It was fun being back. It was chaotic, as per usual. Making the spell was super fun. The geese were fun. It's a shame Scott got super tired at the end and like passed from this life onto the next, so called sleep. But I am soon to follow. So thank you everyone for playing. Thank you everybody who watched, and goodbye everybody. Say goodbye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.